With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarrias is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs! Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today. For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn: Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo. Hey fans, every Monday night.
All right, back to action here, as I believe we had the volume problem fixed. And the first pitch to Michael Gonzalez is in there for a strike, so I apologize about that. I'm sure you saw the game, but you probably didn't hear me very much. Once again, a technical difficulty here. It happens. Michael Gonzalez up at the plate. Luis Payorena up on the mound for the Lemurs. Gonzalez swings and grounds one into left field for a base hit. And that's how the bottom half of the inning gets started for the Joplin Blasters. So Gonzalez with a single into the hole into left field, and Yasir Gomez is going to be coming up to the plate now. So Gonzalez right there with a base hit, his 72nd hit of the season. He has 30 stolen bases, so we got to keep an eye on him over there at first base. He will go from time to time. So Luis Payorena tonight getting his 6th start of the season for the Laredo Lemurs. Payorena's record is 5 wins and 1 loss. He has a 2.06 ERA. And here's Yasir Gomez into the batter's box from the left side. A lefty-lefty matchup, and Payorena throws that sidearm pitch, and it hits the outside corner for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. No score, bottom of 1. And Payorena likes to work quickly. He'll work out of the stretch. He'll deal home, and that one swung and fouled and rolled up by the Lemurs on deck circle over on the right side, over on the first base side here at this ballpark. Yasir Gomez starting the night batting .321 for the Joplin Blasters. He's got 54 hits and 27 ribbies on the season. He's playing his 16th professional season of baseball. Here comes the 0-2 delivery, and that is outside. So since you weren't with us, or you weren't hearing me at the beginning of the ball game, I'll go ahead and run down the umpires for you one more time. Tyler Thurmond is behind the plate. Chance Wilson at first base, and Brian Child, he's at third tonight. Joplin Blasters with a record of 34 wins and 27 losses, and that's called strike 3, a fastball on the outside corner. That one pegged the outside corner, and a good pitch there by Luis Payorena. And that'll bring up Jairo Perez. So the first strikeout in the books for Payorena. Omar Luna is going to be on deck. And the Lemurs start the night 3 games back behind the Wichita Wingnuts, and they're a half game back behind the Joplin Blasters. So if the Lemurs could win tonight, they'll leapfrog over the Joplin Blasters, and they will go ahead and go back into second place. We'll have to see how everything breaks down after tonight's ball game. Wichita is also playing this evening, as the first pitch to Jairo Perez is a strike on the inside corner. Perez doesn't like the call too much. I think he thought that was inside. So he's got 1 foot out and 1 foot in the batter's box right now, as Luis Payorena bent at the waist to get the sign. Get to the Lemurs defense here in just a second. No balls and 1 strike. And now they have the runner picked off. Michael Gonzalez will start running. Geiger will have the ball. He'll throw it over to Maderos covering short, and they get the out at second base. So a nice throw there by Luis Payorena to pick off Michael Gonzalez, who had thoughts about running there. He did take off. The throw went from Payorena to Geiger to Maderos, who laid down the tag at second base. So 1-3-6 on the pickoff, and that's the second out. No score in the game, 2 down here in the bottom of the first. Here's Jairo Perez all by himself with a 0-1 count. He hits one very well into center field. On the run, Ty Morrison. Morrison will catch up to it. He'll go up the hill. He'll haul it in, and that's going to be the third out here for Jairo Perez. Perez hits it well, but Ty Morrison, very quick out there in center field, was able to run it down. That'll do it for the Blasters. They get no runs on a hit, no errors, and nobody left. We're going to the top of the second inning. Welcome back to Friday night. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Uni-Trade continues to provide solutions in foreign trade through a highly satisfactory customs brokerage service. Uni-Trade has quality trained personnel devoted to the highest level of customer service. For all your transportation, distribution, and consolidation needs, it's Uni-Trade. Chavarrias Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarrias is a full-service company with up-to-date technology trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarrias is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs! Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today. For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn: Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo. Hey fans, every Monday night at Uni-Trade Stadium is Margarita Monday. Come on out to the ballpark and cool off with an ice-cold margarita for only $2. But please do not drink them too fast. You might get a brain freeze. To get tickets, call 956-7-LEMURS. Check us out at LaredoLemurs.com.
Tokyo Garden of Laredo is located at 2515 East Del Mar Boulevard, and they serve the best sushi in town. Stop by Tokyo Garden for a quick lunch or a fancy dinner. Either way, you're going to enjoy our fine cuisine. Did you just get off work? Then come on by and check out our happy hour specials. Tokyo Garden, where you'll find the best sushi in Laredo.
All right, back to action as we go to the top of the second inning. The Laredo Lemurs coming up to the plate against the Joplin Blasters. And it's going to be Taylor, Peterson, and Silverio coming up to the plate. Taylor batting in the 5 spot here tonight for the Laredo Lemurs. So it's 5, 6, and 7 for Laredo here in the second. Alberto Castillo up there on the hill for the Joplin Blasters. He's a former major leaguer. And right now he has a record of no wins and no losses at a .81 ERA through 2 games with the Blasters. No score in the game. Here's the pitch. And that one's a fastball, misses inside. Castillo doesn't have much of a fastball, probably in the mid-80s. But he throws very good breaking stuff. He'll hit his corners with his breaking balls. The 1-0. Speaking of a fastball, there it is right there. That one hits the outside part of the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. So he has that overhand fastball, or more of a 3/4 fastball, and then he'll also drop down to the side and throw that way as well. 1 ball and 1 strike. Castillo with a head nod. Now the deal home, and that one is inside for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. So far this year, Alberto Castillo has thrown against the Amarillo Thunderheads and the Laredo Lemurs. When he threw against the Lemurs in his last start on July 22nd, he went 6 complete and did not allow a run to Laredo on 6 hits. So he pitched very well against the Lemurs as the slider misses away. His previous outing before that against Amarillo, he did well as well. He threw in 5 innings, only gave up a run on 5 hits, walked 3. His team won that game. The Lemurs went on to win the game against Castillo back in Laredo. Lemurs won that game 3-0. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That one clubs the outside corner for a strike. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, so the Lemurs won their game against him, but he did very well against Laredo, not allowing a run. The Lemurs got to the Joplin Blasters bullpen that day, winning 3-0. So Kevin Taylor searching for a base hit to get the Lemurs started here right now. And the 3-2 pitch swung on, and a couple of hopper right back to the pitcher. Castillo will turn and throw over to first base, and it's in time to get the out. 1 down. Brian Peterson, the batter now for the Laredo Lemurs. So the Lemurs catcher coming up to the plate. Brian Peterson, as of right now, batting .289 on the season. Doing well since joining the club. He's really picked it up as of late, but yesterday ended up going 0 for 4. That was probably one of his rougher days over the last 7 or so. But Brian Peterson is hitting well. In this series, he's 2 for 7, but an overall .289 batting average. That's what he hit. That's what he actually ended up with back in 2013 when he was a Laredo Lemur. Batted .289 for the season through 95 games. Here's the pitch to Peterson, a curveball to start it off. That one misses inside for a ball. 1 out, top of 2, no score in the game between the Joplin Blasters and the Laredo Lemurs. This is the last game of this series between these 2 clubs, and then the Lemurs will head on home and play the Sioux Falls Canaries starting on Sunday. Here's the 1-0 pitch, a fastball away, 2 balls and no strikes. And the Lemurs welcoming in the Sioux Falls Canaries for the first time this year. And it's going to be late in the season, starting in the month of August. Yeah, last day of July today. The Lemurs will have the very first day of August off, and then they'll kick it back into gear on Sunday. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed. A changeup there from Castillo. 2 balls and 1 strike. So Brian Peterson, who has 1,000 hits in his professional career and over 200 doubles, up at the plate for the Laredo Lemurs. 2 balls and 1 strike to Peterson. And the delivery swung on a ground ball over to the left side. The third baseman, Perez, is there. He'll take a couple of steps, throw over to first base. It's a little bit high, but Taylor's tall enough to bring it down. And Brian Peterson retired 5-3. Juan Silverio now coming up to the plate for the Lemurs. So Silverio, right-handed batter for the Laredo Lemurs. Juan Silverio currently 7 for 16 over his last 4 games. He's doing well for the Laredo Lemurs right now, batting .269 overall through 53 games on the year. In this series, he's 2 for 8. Here's the pitch home from Castillo, swung on and missed. No balls and 1 strike. But I tell you what, this guy Castillo is crafty, man, and the Lemurs had a hard time against him last time they faced him. Amarillo had a hard time against him. He's a former major leaguer. He knows how to pitch. We'll talk a lot about his major league stats here throughout the ball game, but just a very impressive guy up on the hill, and he's 40 years old. Here's the 0-1. Swung and a chopper right back to the pitcher. Castillo has it. He'll turn, throw over to first base, and it's a 1-2-3 inning turned in by Alberto Castillo, the former big leaguer. We're going to go to the bottom of the 2nd inning. We have no score here. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Joplin 0, Laredo 0. Right now, when you sign up for a Gold's Gym membership, you'll get tons of extras completely free. Confidence, free. Compliments from your coworkers, free. And the desire to wear tiny bathing suits, you guessed it, free. You'll be stronger with extras, and you'll be stronger with Gold's Gym. Know your own strength. Tiny bathing suit not included.
Pro Mega Signs of Laredo is there for all of your printing and signage needs. We can be found at 1615 Jackman Road in Laredo, or you can reach us by phone at 956-723-2110. Again, that's 956-723-2110. If you need a sign, big or small, come to Pro Mega Signs of Laredo, where your print job is just around the corner.
Breakfast speaks for itself here at Whataburger. It's going to be hot, it's going to be fresh.
It's almost like when you were a kid and you wake up in the morning, you can smell mom cooking breakfast.
I like their hash browns.
My favorite's the honey butter chicken biscuit. I like the taquitos.
We have some fresh cracked eggs here.
I like these pancakes because they're fluffy.
I really like the fact that you can get into Whataburger real fast and bring it on the go.
We're cooking breakfast for you at Whataburger.
In over 40 years, nobody's helped more families achieve the American dream of home ownership than Armadillo. In fact, Armadillo Homes has built more homes than all other builders combined. And there are reasons for this: integrity, responsibility, service, and of course, quality. So if you're thinking about making the greatest investment in your life, think of the one builder who's dedicated its entire life to helping the Laredo family. Think Armadillo Homes, armadillohomes.com. Go Lemurs.
All right, Omar Luna's going to lead it off for the Joplin Blasters. He'll be followed up by Jake Taylor, and then Carlos Ramirez will come up to the plate. Luis Poyorena did a nice job there in the 1st inning against the Blasters. They got a hit, but he was retired as Michael Gonzalez was trying to steal second base. He was picked off between 1st and 2nd. So here's Luna. Luna takes a pitch outside. Luis Poyorena has been impressive on the mound for the Laredo Lemurs since getting into the starting rotation. He has put up a 4-1 record as a starter for Laredo. Here's a pitch, swung on, hit well into right center field. That's going to get down into the gap. That'll be a base hit. The ball takes off and it goes up the hill out there in right center. Luna's at second base. He's going to pull up there for a double. A stand-up double for Omar Luna to lead off the inning. And that'll bring up Jake Taylor. Well, that's a couple of times now that the Joplin Blasters have hit the ball well into the right center field gap. One was caught by Ty Morrison, but that one really took off as it was a little bit lower to the ground. And Omar Luna ends up with a stand-up double with it. So he leads off the inning with a double, so nobody out and a runner at second base. Now Jake Taylor's going to be the batter. Jake Taylor batting in the 5 spot for the Joplin Blasters. He's batting just under 300. He's got a .299 batting average to start the night and 40 RBIs. Here's the pitch. He swings and fouls it away. No balls and 1 strike. No score in the ball game. The Laredo Lemurs and the Joplin Blasters, for the last time this season, these two clubs will face off against each other. They will not see each other anymore after today. Here's the pitch, the 0-1 pitch. He swung on and grounded into left field. That'll be a base hit. Omar Luna will go ahead and trot up to third base. He's not going to try to come home. And Jake Taylor has himself a single. And that'll bring up Carlos Ramirez. So runners at first and third for Laredo. And nobody out. So trouble brewing for the Laredo Lemurs in the early going. And that's going to bring up Carlos Ramirez. Ramirez takes a few practice swings before he steps into the batter's box. Now the Lemurs have to play some tough defense. Well, we saw yesterday Henry Garcia work out of some trouble in the beginning of the ball. Actually, that was 2 days ago, excuse me. Garcia worked out of trouble with the bases loaded in the first and in the second inning. Here's the first pitch to Carlos Ramirez. That one misses low. Carlos Ramirez batting .284 this year. He's got 38 RBIs on the season for the Joplin Blasters. He's currently second on his own team in that category. 1 ball and no strikes. The pitch. Called a strike on the outside part of the plate, so Ramirez frozen at the plate that time. Taking a look at that pitch. A 1-1 count. No score. Runners at the corners for Joplin. Mitch Glasser's on deck. The Lemurs will give up a run for a double play ball right here. With a runner at first base, Jake Taylor. And the pitch. That one missed someplace. Have no idea where, but the home plate umpire said that one missed. So we'll go with that. Jake Taylor, by the way, at first base has 1 stolen base this season. He's been caught twice trying to run. And now Poyorena fakes to first, looks over to third base. 2 balls and 1 strike. He just stepped. Poyorena just stepped off the back of the rubber and did a fake throw with his left hand. 2 balls and 1 strike. Carlos Ramirez, a former member of the Laredo Lemurs. Here's the pitch. That's a fastball in the inside corner, right at the knee. And that makes it a 2-2 count. Now Carlos Ramirez is going to step out of the batter's box. I don't think he was too happy with that call. In fact, a couple of the players so far tonight have been unhappy with pitches on the inside corner. And we're only in the bottom of the second inning. No score right now between everybody. And Poyorena fires home, and that one swung on and fouled away. Well, that time Carlos Ramirez protecting. Says, I need to try to put this ball in play here if it's close. Ramirez in his 7th season of professional baseball. He's playing his 2nd year in independent ball. He was a former member of the Angels organization. He's 27 years old and a native of Tucson, Arizona. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And now Ramirez is going to step out of the batter's box. Poyorena will go back and grab some dirt, rub up the baseball, trying to get some of that sweat off of his hands. It is muggy today. Started off with a game time temperature of 88 degrees, but some muggy air here in Joplin, Missouri. The 2-2 pitch swung on, and that one's popped up over into foul territory on the right side. Look out over there. Coming your way over by the aluminum stands. That one falls down. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Ramirez. Again, Carlos Ramirez was the 8th round draft pick of the Angels out of ASU. He was originally drafted in the 34th round by the Angels back in 2007, but he came out in 2009 with the Angels. The 2-2 pitch, a sweeper away. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. We might see Jake Taylor go into motion. Told you earlier he only has 1 stolen base, so he's not super fast. And Brian Peterson behind the plate with a good arm. Brian Peterson has thrown out 22% of the guys trying to steal so far this year. The 3-2, he does not go. The pitch is outside. That's ball 4. And that'll load the bases with nobody out. So a double to lead off the inning by Omar Luna, a single to follow up by Jake Taylor. And now Carlos Ramirez walks, so that loads the bases for the Blasters. And Mitch Glasser coming up to the plate. So Brian Peterson talking things over with Luis Poyorena. Quick conversation there, and Brian Peterson right back behind the plate. 3 hits for Joplin, 1 hit for the Laredo Lemurs. Mitch Glasser with a .311 average to start the day. He's got 55 hits and 177 at-bats. He has scored 34 runs and has 21 RBIs on the season. Glasser's 25 years old and a native of Chicago. So the bases are loaded here for the Lemurs. The pitch, that one is outside. They have to play defense to try to get out of this thing. Luis Poyorena threw a pitch there and it missed outside. So Mitch Glasser back into the batter's box in the series. He's 2 for 8. He picked up 2 hits yesterday, grabbing a run as well. The 1-0 pitch missed up a little bit. So that'll make it 2 balls and no strikes. That was a close pitch as well. Luis Poyorena just missing. So over at third base for Joplin is Omar Luna. At second is Jake Taylor. Carlos Ramirez over at first. No score. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second. The pitch. That's a strike on the outside part of the plate. A good fastball there from Luis Poyorena. 2 balls and 1 strike. Mitch Glasser played collegiately at McAllister College in St. Paul, Minnesota. It's an NCAA Division III school. He's a career .357 hitter that struck out just 4 times in the last 2 college seasons. Here's a swing and a foul ball back to the fence. Glasser was drafted by his hometown favorite Chicago White Sox in the 39th round back in 2012. He was just one of 12 D3 players drafted that season. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jesus Solorzano is on deck. The Lemurs again looking for that double play ball if they can get it. Heck, why not a triple play? They've already got one of those in their back pockets this season. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Poyorena working diligently up there on the hill. He'll throw. That one is outside, ball 3. So trouble might be brewing here for Poyorena. 3 balls and 2 strikes. He does not want to walk in a run. So Glasser is going to be up there looking for a pitch to hit on the 3-2 count. As a nice cool breeze comes sweeping up into the press box. Wind starting to blow out there. The 3-2 pitch swung on and fouled away. That'll go up into the aluminum stands off to the right and take a big bounce and up and over the ballpark. So that one's lost to the fans outside. Somebody walking along outside gets himself a free baseball. Another 3-2 pitch coming up. Poyorena works right in the middle of the rubber down there. Bends at the waist, holds his mitt at his thigh, looks in and gets the sign. The lefty will come set. He'll deliver. That one swung on, chopped up over the head of Poyorena. Grabbing it, Medeiros. He'll flip to Taylor for 1. Over to first base. It's in time to turn 2. So the Lemurs get a double play. Omar Luna comes in to score, and it's 1-0 Joplin. Taylor goes over to third base on the play. And a close play over at first base, but the Lemurs get the call. The out goes 6-4-3 for the double play. And Kevin Taylor for the Laredo Lemurs getting rid of that ball very quickly, and he had to, or else he wouldn't have been able to get the ball over to first base in time to get that second out. So the Lemurs get exactly what they want there in the situation that they're in. They get a double play ball and allow the run to come in to score. They'll take that exchange anytime. So into the batter's box now is Jesus Solorzano, 1-0 Joplin. And now a runner at third base and 2 down. The pitch, a changeup swung on and missed by Solorzano. Jesus Solorzano starting the day, batting .279 for the Joplin Blasters. He went 2 for 4 in yesterday's game. He's got 3 hits overall in the series. The 0-1 outside for a ball. That was a fastball there from Poyorena. 1 ball and 1 strike. Solorzano crosses the plate with his bat a couple of times. Poyorena gets that sign again from Peterson. Peterson into a deep crouch behind the plate. And the 1-1 pitch is a slider swung on and missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes there. Bottom of the second inning, 1-0 Blasters. Blasters won yesterday's game by a final score of 4-2 over the Laredo Lemurs. The Lemurs looking to bounce back here tonight, get the win, get the series, and get on out of town. The 1-2 pitch, a fastball inside. The Lemurs here in this ballpark this year are 4-1, so if they can win 1 more, they'll have a very nice 5-1 record here this season. Overall against Joplin, they're 9-3 this season. They went 5-2 back at home against the Blasters. So they played this club very well. In fact, it's the best team they played against in the South as far as the record goes. The 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. A high fastball. That's Strike 3 to Jesus Solorzano. That'll do it for the Joplin Blasters. The Lemurs get out of there with only giving up a run on 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 left. We're going to the top of the 3rd inning. 1-0 Joplin. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Before your Memorial Day party gets going, drive over to Ashley Furniture Home Store this week for our best Memorial Day sale ever. Get dramatic price reductions store-wide or no interest until January 2021. Choose from sofas and sectionals, all at unbelievably low prices. Plus, find savings on beds and amazing deals on dining rooms. It's our best Memorial Day sale ever, so don't wait. Hurry over to Ashley Furniture Home Store right now. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. 4520 San Bernardo Avenue, Laredo, Texas. 956-712-2401. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific boys and girls clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at DriscollHealthPlan.com.
3, 2, 1, number 1. That's Laredo's #1 Chevy dealer. Family Chevrolet turns the best day ever into the best month ever. 15% off, not good enough, but 25% off, now that makes it the best month ever. With over 600 vehicles available, makes it the best pricing ever. 2015 Equinox, 2015 Traverse, not 15, but 25% off. And the best financing rates for the best month ever, 1.9 interest. Family Chevrolet of Laredo.com. Come see why the deals are always better at Family Chevrolet. Family Chevrolet is the #1 volume Chevy dealer for a reason. Every customer rides during our spring cleaning closeout sale with massive price cuts on 600 Chevys. New 2015 Chevy Cruze. How about 25% off MSRP? Wow, that's huge. Or only $199 a month. New 2015 Malibu for only $269 a month. Or 25% off MSRP. Plus 2 years free maintenance and a 100,000-mile warranty. It's a spring cleaning closeout sale happening now at the #1 volume Chevy dealer. Come see why the deals are always better at Family Chevrolet.
To the top of the 3rd inning we go. The Laredo Lemurs coming up to the plate. Ryan Ortiz will lead it off. He'll be followed up by Jared Medeiros, and then Ty Morrison will have an opportunity. So far, Alberto Castillo, the starting pitcher for the Joplin Blasters, looking good up there on the hill. So the Lemurs are going to have to try to figure him out here. Lemurs down 1-0. Here's Ortiz. And the pitch. It's in there for a strike. So that's how we get going in the top of the 3rd. Now, Ryan Ortiz hasn't played since July 25th. Last time he played was against the Wichita Wingnuts. He's 0 for his last 8 at-bats. Here's the pitch to Ortiz, a fastball away. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 run on 3 hits for Joplin. The Lemurs do have a hit in the books. That came by Ty Morrison back in the 1st inning. And the lefty throws home, and that one skips into the dirt, moves off to the left, and goes back to the screen. So here's a little bit about Alberto Castillo, the starting pitcher tonight for the Joplin Blasters. He's a former big leaguer, been around for a while. 2 balls and 1 strike. And the pitch, that's a curveball. It was trying to be a curveball. It didn't turn into one very well. Yeah, overall he pitched in 79 Major League Baseball games, pitched with Baltimore for a couple of years, and also spent some time in Arizona with the D-backs. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. A change up there and way out in front, Ryan Ortiz. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, Castillo was in the big leagues in 2008 at 32 years old, so that's when he made his debut. 32, that's an old guy in the majors. And he pitched in 28 games that year, put up a 1-0 record and a 3.81 ERA. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball, swung on and fell back into the screen. So he was working as a relief pitcher. In fact, he never made a start in the big leagues throughout his 4 years up in the majors. He was 33 in 2009 with Baltimore. Pitched in 20 games that year and put up a 2.25 ERA. No record that season. Working as a starter here tonight for the Joplin Blasters. A 3-2 pitch. Swung on and a fly ball hit into left field. Moving back on the ball, Omar Luna. He's got a beat on it as he backs up. He puts his mitt up over his head and makes the catch. That one hit pretty deep. Ortiz flies out to the warning track to Omar Luna, and that's 1 out. Ortiz really kind of reached for that ball. So it was on the outside part of the plate, and he tried to pull it, and he got a whole lot of it and was able to put it in the left field, but going back and making the catch was Omar Luna. Luna didn't look too comfortable going back on that ball, I'll tell you that much, even though he made the catch. 1-0 Joplin. Here's Jared Medeiros. Madero's getting a start for the first time in a couple of days. Here's the pitch. That one is low and inside. Yeah, again, Castillo pitched in 2010 for Baltimore. That year he pitched in 14 games, but had a rough year. He had a 10.13 ERA. 1 ball and no strikes. And the pitch. Breaking ball hits the top half of the strike zone. That's in there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. In 2011, he played for the Arizona Diamondbacks at the age of 35. Had a nice season that year, pitching in 17 games with a 2.31 ERA. And the pitch is low and in. So overall, in the big leagues, through 79 complete games, the starting pitcher tonight, Castillo, was 3-0 with a 4.33 ERA. And he closed out 19 of those ball games, even though he never had a save. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That is low and inside again. 3 balls and 1 strike now to Jared Madero. So that's a little bit about Alberto Castillo, the starting pitcher tonight. He was actually drafted originally by the San Francisco Giants back in 1994 out of the amateur draft. So he spent some time in their organization, but like I said, he made his debut at the age of 32 with the Baltimore Orioles. The 3-1 pitch is a breaking ball that misses high. There's a base runner for Laredo. Jared Medeiros earns a walk. And that'll bring up Ty Morrison. So we go back up to the top of the order, and the only guy that has a base hit for the Laredo Lemurs coming up to the plate. Yeah, Castillo made his debut on April 28th of 2008 at the age of 32. I told you that already. But he pitched against the Chicago White Sox. He threw a third of an inning that day, so he faced off against one better, got him out, and that was it for his debut. Not a bad debut, right? We'll take it. And let's see, the last time he pitched in the big leagues, as into the batter's box goes Ty Morrison, is inside for a ball. The last time he pitched in the big leagues was back in 2011 for the Arizona Diamondbacks. 1 ball and no strikes. Runner at first base. Medeiros with a small lead over there at first. He's not going to try to take off. The pitch. Inside for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. So Morrison steps out of the box, taps his cleats, looks down to the third base coach tonight. Gibby Velaclea going through a set of signs for him. We're in the top of the 3rd inning. It's 1-0 Joplin. And the pitch. That's in there for a strike. Lefty-lefty matchup for you here this evening between Ty Morrison and Castillo. And Morrison ready to go again. He has done so well since joining the Laredo Lemurs. He has been a fun addition for this ball club. A toss over to first base, and Medeiros is back in. Two balls and 1 strike. The set at the belt. Here's the late kick on the throw home, and that one swung, and a little fly ball into left field. Omar Luna coming in. He'll lunge for it and make the catch. No, he won't. The ball is on the ground. He left it back behind him, and the Lemurs will have a base hit there. Well, it should be a base hit for Ty Morrison. We'll have to wait and see what the official scorekeeper gives it, but Ty Morrison is at first base nonetheless. Omar Luna really had to lunge for that ball, and they are indeed going to give it a base hit. Luna coming out of left field, and that ball was hit into short left field. He had to take a lunge at it at the last moment to try to get to it. It looked like he gloved it, but his body was in the way. He actually left the ball behind him, and once he moved over a little bit to the left of us, we were able to see the ball lying on the ground. So that moves Medeiros up to second base, Ty Morrison, up to first base, and here's Devontre Richardson, who tried to lay down a bunt. In fact, he did lay down a sac bunt in his last at bat. Here's the pitch, and that one misses outside. Now Carlos Ramirez is going to hop up out of his crouch and head over and talk things over with Alberto Castillo. Alberto Castillo, by the way, went to college at Miami-Dade College. He also spent some time at the Wolfson campus in Miami, Florida. So Alberto Castillo, currently 40 years old, as he makes his start here tonight against the Laredo Lemurs. Always impressed with guys over 35 playing in these ranks, or any ranks for that matter, in professional baseball. Here's the 1-0. Curveball, low for a ball. I mean, just to get yourself up and out of bed is not easy to do once you get up over 35. And to play as much as these guys have played, they use their bodies as their tools. And that's not easy to do. A lot of us use our minds when we're sitting at a computer, which is a lot easier to do. then going to work every day and using our bodies. Here's the 2-0. Swung on and missed. 2 balls and 1 strike to Devontre. Devontre Richardson up at the plate for the Laredo Lemurs. He's starting the day batting .345 for the club. He's 0 for 7 in the series. So he's having a rough series, as well as Dennis Phipps. The pitch, swung on a pop-up right on the infield. Who's going to get this one? It's going to be an infield fly already. Glasser, the second baseman's going to catch it just on the infield grass, a little bit over to the right. So Devontre Richardson pops out. That'll be the second out in the inning. And Dustin Geiger coming up to the plate one more time. Geiger struck out looking in his last at bat. He got fooled on a curveball that came over the plate. So now with runners at first and second base, Carlos Ramirez, the catcher, is going to step out in front of home plate and go through a set of signs for his team. Geiger's going to look to put a charge into one right here. Well, last time we were here, this ballpark was live. The Lemurs hit some home runs here, but they have not hit a home run in this series yet. Actually, scratch that. They did. Elder hit one on the very first night, but it was a 1-0 win for the Laredo Lemurs. Here's the pitch. Curveball swung and grounded foul. And the Lemurs, when they first came in here, they're pounding out the home runs. And this time, like I said, only 1 home run in this series. And it looked like the ballpark was going to play small, but the Joplin Blasters themselves, not with many home runs on the season. In fact, we can look and see what they've done here at home this year in the home run category. They've only hit 17 in this ballpark. No balls and 1 strike. And the pitch, low for a ball. So they have 17 home runs at home. And the Joplin Blasters, when they go out on the road, they have 12. So not a whole lot of home runs, period, for the Joplin Blasters this year, a total of 29. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the pitch, breaking ball, swung on and grounded up the third baseline, foul. Not foul all that much, but a foul ball nonetheless. So there'll be another chance here for Dustin Geiger with a count of 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Laredo Lemurs this year in the home run category, they have 51 of them right now. And they're currently the second best team in the American Association behind the powerful hitting St. Paul Saints. St. Paul has been impressive in many categories. They have 61 home runs on the season, so they have 10 more than the Laredo Lemurs. Sioux City, actually the #1 team right now in hitting in the American Association. They have a .298 team batting average. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Lemurs currently sit in 5th place, scratch that, in 6th place in the American Association in hitting. They have a .281 team batting average. Joplin right ahead of them, batting .286. Runners at first and second and 2 down. It's 1-0 Joplin. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Geiger. Here's the pitch. That one's inside, a fastball. That moved Geiger out of the way. Dustin Geiger had to move out of the way to make sure he didn't get hit by that ball. Lemurs do have the best ERA in the American Association right now. They have put up a 3.13 ERA with their pitching staff. Absolutely fantastic. It has been fun to watch. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch, breaking ball, and that collapses the leg of Dustin Geiger as he tried to make sure he didn't swing at the ball. They checked down with the first base umpire to see if he went around. He did not. So Geiger will be having a 3-ball, 2-strike count now. So it's 3-2 with 2 outs and runners at first and second, and the runners are going to be moving on the pitch. So this is an exciting pitch coming up right here. If you're not listening completely, you might want to tune into this one. Just give you a little warning there that something good may happen here for the Lemurs. Here's the 3-2 pitch. The runners go. The pitch is swung and missed. There's strike 3. And Geiger strikes out on a tough breaking ball. And that'll do it for Laredo. In the inning, get no runs on a hit, no errors, and 2 left. We're going to go to the bottom of the 3rd. It's 1-0 Joplin. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Right now, you could be working towards an exciting new career in business administration. At Catholic College Laredo, you'll have the chance to gain professional skills and hands-on training. Earning a business degree could open the door to new career opportunities in fields such as accounting, human resources, banking, and marketing. Start on the path to your new career at Kaplan College. Call 800-617-0800. Right now, you could be working towards an exciting new career in business administration. At Kaplan College Laredo, you'll have the chance to gain professional skills and hands-on training. Earning a business degree could open the door to new career opportunities in fields such as accounting, human resources, banking, and marketing. Start on the path to your new career at Kaplan College. Call 800-617-0800.
Kaplan College does not guarantee employment or career advancement. Information about programs at www.kaplancollege.com/consumer-info.
Today at Whataburger, we're cooking the Honey Mustard Whata Chicken Club. The chicken is hot and fresh. It's got melted Monterey Jack cheese topped with lettuce, tomato, bacon, and then the honey mustard adds a nice sweet flavor to it.
All the flavors come together just perfect. I mean, not only do I want to eat it, but I keep wanting to look at it.
The crunchiness of the bacon adds a really nice texture.
Honey mustard and chicken just go together. You know, sweet and savory, it's a perfect mix.
Try the new Honey Mustard Whata Chicken Club.
Only at Whataburger for a limited time.
All right, to the bottom of the third inning we go. Leading things off for the Blasters, it's going to be Gabe Suarez, the number 9 hitter. He'll be followed up by Michael Gonzalez, and then Yasir Gomez will come up to the plate. So 9-1-2 in the batting order for the Joplin Blasters. Luis Peyorena back up on the top of the hill, and we're ready to go in the bottom of the third inning. 1-0 Joplin. So far, the starting pitcher for Joplin, Alberto Castillo, has been tough on the Laredo Lemurs. He's given up a couple of base hits, 2 of them, in fact, to Ty Morrison, who's really the only guy seeing him well. Everybody else has either gotten out or walked. Jared Medeiros with the only walk. Here's the pitch. That one misses outside to Gabe Suarez. So here's some stuff on Luis Peyorena. 5-1 to start the night, a 2.06 ERA through 26 games. He's making his 6th start of the year here this evening, and a pitch is on the outside corner for a strike there. A fastball from Peyorena. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-0 Joplin. Peyorena in his last start, he came against Wichita. Pitched in 6 2/3 innings and did not allow a run that night as Suarez swings and misses. Actually tips the ball into the catcher's mitt, says the home plate umpire. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hey, pitched great. Probably one of his better outings of the season, even though he's had a lot of really good outings this year. The one against Wichita was right up there, going 6 2/3 without allowing a run on 5 hits. He only walked 1 batter and struck out 5 in that outing. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pollo Dios. And that is low. It skips it in the dirt and comes into the catcher. His outing before that was on July 20th against the Joplin Blasters. He did well that night as well. Pitched in 5 innings, only allowed a run on 9 hits, and struck out 2. He worked out a lot of trouble in that ball game, holding the Joplin Blasters down to 1 run. So he's going to try to do that again right here to give his team a chance to win. Here's the 2-2 pitch, swung on and slashed into the screen. Look out over there. Luckily, that one was held in by the net. If that ball was about 3 feet higher, that one would have been smoking into the stands. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Luis Peyorena, through his 5 starts, he's 4-1 since joining the rotation. The 2-2 pitch misses inside by a little bit. And Peyorena, his ERA through those 5 starts is 1.59. His overall ERA is only 2.06. So either way you slice it, as a starter or a reliever, he's done well. Here's the 3-2 pitch, hit high in the air into center field. Morrison's got to beat on this one. He'll camp underneath it and straightaway center and make the catch. So Gabe Suarez flies out for the first out, and Michael Gonzalez will come up to the plate. Gonzalez is the top of the order. And Peyorena has only given up 6 earned runs over those 5 starts, and that's over a 34-inning span to start the night. So here's Michael Gonzalez. On the road this year, through all of his ball games, he's pitched in 11 games on the road for the Lemurs, as Michael Gonzalez takes a breaking ball outside. Peyorena has put up a 2-1 record on the road and has a 1.78 ERA through 11 games, and that's with 3 starts. 1 ball and no strikes, the pitch. Hits the inside corner for a strike at the knee. A breaking ball there from Peyorena. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-0 Joplin, bottom of 3. The pitch. Swung on, hit well, into left field. Going back on the ball is Richardson. He'll leap, and this one is gone. A home run for Michael Gonzalez. That'll make it a 2-0 lead for the Joplin Blasters. And Michael Gonzalez will round the bases. Gonzalez around third, shaking the hand of the manager and third base coach, Lescano. And Michael Gonzalez with his 6th home run of the season right there. That's the 30th home run overall for the Joplin Blasters. And Yasir Gomez coming up to the plate. So Luis Poyorena gives up a long ball. You don't see that too often, but that time Michael Gonzalez clubbed it well. Here's the first pitch to Gomez. He fouls the ball back. The ball's in 1 strike. And the next pitch misses outside. So Luis Poyorena made 1 mistake right there, and Michael Gonzalez made him pay for it. We'll see how Luis Poyorena rebounds here throughout the rest of the game. That's the first home run that he's given up this season, by the way, as that pitch misses outside. 2 balls and 1 strike, and now some barking from the Lemurs dugout. They want to know where that one missed. I have the same question. It looked like it was on the outside corner, but the Lemurs did not get the call. Here's the 2-1. Swung in a 1-hop liner over to the shortstop, Maderos. He'll corral it and throw it over to first base for the out. So Gomez is retired on the 6-3 put out. 2 down, and Jairo Perez is the next batter. So 2 down in the inning, but a run in to score. The home run by Michael Gonzalez. And the Lemurs as a team this year have been very conservative. They haven't given up a whole lot of home runs. In fact, they've only given up 20 now on the season. And the first pitch to Yasir Gomez is low for a ball. And if memory strikes me correctly, I believe that's the lowest amount of home runs given up by any team this year in the American Association. I can look it up for you quickly here to see where the Lemurs stand in that category. Yeah, they've given up those 19, now 20 home runs. Yeah, and that is indeed the lowest home run total by any pitching staff in the American Association. As Brian Peterson goes up to talk to Luis Poyorena. The next lowest to start the day, it looks like the number is 30. And that's by the Wichita Wingnuts. So that gives you an idea how well the pitching staff is doing here this year for the Laredo Lemurs. Actually, the next lowest is 29, Kansas City. All the numbers start to run together when you start looking at them all in bunches. Here's the 1-0. That one misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 Joplin. But nonetheless, impressive number there by the Laredo Lemurs. Only giving up 20 home runs, and this is their 65th game of the season. A check swing by the batter, and he did not go around, says the first base umpire, Chance Wilson. Jairo Perez at the plate. He's looking at a 3-0 count. And Poyorena delivers high and away. So he walks Jairo Perez on 4 straight pitches. That's the first walk given up by Luis Poyorena. And here comes Mike Meyer out of the bullpen for the Laredo Lemurs. Mike Meyer is the pitching coach for the Laredo Lemurs. So Luis Poyorena drafted by the Texas Rangers back in the 23rd round back in 2013. He was drafted out of Mississippi State University. He spent 2 seasons with the Rangers organization, and he put up a 2-4 record and a 2.65 ERA through 34 relief games. Now, he's used in relief and primarily as a lefty specialist when he was with the Rangers organization. And I tell you what, if they would have tried him out as a starter like you see here with the Lemurs, he does very well. He's getting shaken a little bit right now by the Joplin Blasters. He's only down 2-0 though. So still some time for the Laredo Lemurs to try to come back in this ball game. Yeah, while Poyorena was with Mississippi State, he pitched in 58 games. He made 22 starts and had a 17-9 record. So he did start back when he was with Mississippi State. And throughout his career there, he put up a 3.86 ERA. So here's Omar Luna. 2 down in the inning, a 2-0 lead for the Joplin Blasters, and Jairo Perez is over at first base. The first pitch misses low and outside. There's a big glare off the scoreboard in right center field right now. I don't know if you can see that on the TV screen or not. The 1-0 pitch is low and inside. Yeah, you can see that pretty good if you're watching the video screen. That glare is nasty. I don't know how that'll affect the batters. We'll have to wait and see. As Poyorena will throw the 2-0 pitch here. That is a strike on the outside corner. Omar Luna started his swing and decided to stop it, but the ball hit the strike zone nonetheless. So a 2-1 count. Poyorena going to try to get this third and final out to get his team back into the dugout. Here's the pitch. That one missed a little low, I would guess. It was a close pitch again there by Poyorena. Well, he's not getting the close pitches right now. 3 balls and 1 strike. Omar Luna earlier in the game picked up a double, and he ended up scoring a run a little bit later when he was brought in after the double play ball. The 3-1 pitch swung and a fly ball hit down the right field line, but that's going to curve foul. The ball lands up on a grassy hill area up there, and they actually had a slip and slide out there a little bit earlier today in that same area where that ball just landed. They were bringing out the long plastic tarp and they were running some hoses down it to get some water to go down. It looked like a lot of fun. Here comes the 3-2. Swung in a ground ball to the third baseline. It hits the bag and it skips into left field. That'll be a base hit. Coming in and charging the ball is Richardson. He'll throw behind the runner at second base. It gets away from Taylor. Everybody's going to try to move up. Taylor will grab the ball. He'll throw it to third, and the tag is laid down on the runner, Jairo Perez, but he's in there safely. So there'll be a base hit and an error mixed in there on the throw to allow the runners to move up. So a base hit for Omar Luna. Now there's runners at second and third, and that's going to be an error on the left fielder. So Devontre Richardson coming in to field that ball after it hit the bag in short left field, and he threw to second base, and the ball ended up getting away from Kevin Taylor. It was a one hopper to Taylor, and he had to try to corral it, but he couldn't, so it goes behind him, and that allows everybody to go up an extra bag. 2-0 right now in favor of Joplin. And there's 2 outs in the inning, and there's runners at second and third. And here's Jake Taylor into the batter's box. The pitch swung on and fouled away up and over the ballpark. And the Lemurs playing in a very tight South Division, and they can't be making mistakes like that. They give up bases and give opportunities to the Joplin Blasters to score some runs. No balls and 1 strike. The pitch swung on and another foul ball off to the right. That'll get up and over the stadium. So no balls and 2 strikes. Joplin has a team this season batting .286. Pollo Reyna, the lefty, bent at the waist. He gets the sign from Brian Peterson. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Breaking ball misses outside. So that'll be the first ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jake Taylor. Taylor singled in his last at bat back in the second inning. 2-0 Blasters, but they have runners at second and third right now. And the pitch. That one is way inside and scooped up nicely by the catcher, Brian Peterson. At 37 years old, he's still pretty quick back there behind the plate. Moving over to his left to make sure that ball didn't get by him. And now the throw back to Pollo Reyna got away, and there must have been timeout called as the runner from third base, Jairo Perez, was trying to come home. And now Brian Peterson is getting pissed off, and here comes Perez down the third base line. Brian Peterson telling Perez off, and maybe he thought he was trying to quote-unquote cheat. And the benches will clear a little bit, and everybody coming in, and people are going to start jarring up the third baseline a little bit now. And Devontre Richardson getting into the mix down there down the third base line, and they're going to have to get him away from everybody. It's 2-0 Joplin right now, and everybody has gathered up down there. Now, these two teams play a lot against each other, and sooner or later this is going to end up happening where guys start running their mouths, and next thing you know, the benches are going to clear. Luckily, no one seems to be going to be getting hurt here. But Brian Peterson, like I said, he's a veteran. He's 37 years old. He's a no-nonsense baseball player. Now Carlos Lescano talking to the home plate umpire. And I believe both clubs have been warned. The umpire trying to take care of business. Carlos Lescano and Brian Peterson now, John. Well, Carlos Lescano might be having to manage one day against Brian Peterson. So now everybody's going back to where they belong. At least it looks like it. And still runners at second and third base for the Laredo Lemurs and the Joplin Blasters. Well, the Joplin Blasters are runners at second and third. The Laredo Lemurs are on defense. Let's see if anybody gets tossed. I highly doubt it. Didn't look like anything too bad happened out there. Devontre Richardson going back to his spot out in left field. And I absolutely missed what happened to get all this started. All I saw is the throwback to Coyorena go a little bit wild, and then the runner trying to come home, and I believe timeout was called, and that's why he was not able to advance. And then Peterson and Perez started to jaw at each other. And next thing you know, the benches are clearing. So 2 balls and 2 strikes will reset the situation for you. Jake Taylor's at the plate with the 2-2 count. Jairo Perez is at third base, and Omar Luna is at second. Now Dennis Phipps is heading back to right field as Brian Child holding up the ball game. He's the crew chief for the umpires tonight. Now the umpiring crew, Brian Child, Chance Wilson, and Tyler Thurman. Thurman's behind the plate. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes, so quite a little bit of excitement here. And we're right back to baseball. Everybody's still in the ball game. The 2-2 pitch is low and outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So a big pitch coming up here from Luis Coyorena, but an open bag at first, so he doesn't have to necessarily challenge. Carlos Ramirez is on deck. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 4. So that's going to walk. The bases loaded. The bases loaded one more time here for the Joplin Blasters tonight. Carlos Ramirez will come up to the plate, the former member of the Laredo Lemurs. Ramirez spent about 3/4 of the season with Laredo last year. Ramirez with the bases loaded this season. He's batting .143 through 7 at-bats. He does have 6 RBIs in this situation. It's 2 outs and a 2-0 score for Joplin. The pitch, a fastball on the outside corner. That's looked at, and that's a strike. No balls and 1 strike to Ramirez. Ramirez walked in his last at-bat. That ended up loading up the bases. Here's the 0-1 delivery. And that one is low and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. 2-0 Blasters. Over at third, Perez. At second is Luna. And at first base is Jake Taylor. And the kick and the throw home. Swung on, popped up over to the right side. And it looks like it's going to get into foul territory. Geiger will take a look at it. And the ball is going to land on the concourse. So a foul ball over there. 1 ball and 2 strikes again. Mitch Glasser on deck if Joplin can get Carlos Ramirez on base. Now the sun no longer an issue as it's gone down, and that glare is gone off the scoreboard, at least mostly gone. There's a small bit of glare still up there, but for the most part, it's not going to be an issue with the batters. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Pollo deals. That one swung on and popped up again. That'll get back into the stands. Look out over there. Ball coming your way, and gentleman trying to protect his wife from the ball. Good job there, buddy. Nicely done. He had his hands up and over her head. The gentlemanly thing to do. 1 ball and 2 strikes. See way too many guys trying to protect themselves from the balls and not worrying about their ladies. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 runs on 5 hits for Joplin. The pitch. Called strike 3. Ramirez frozen at the plate. Coyorena gets the call, and Ramirez left there standing. That's going to do it for the Joplin Blasters. They pick up a run, a solo home run by Michael Gonzalez. The bases are left loaded, and we're going to head to the top of the 4th inning. The Lemurs are down 2-0. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light, which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries, which led to there's got to be a better way to look up words, which led to the invention of spell check, which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour. Miller Lite, we invented light beer and happy hour. You're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Crowd at the bar making you sweat?
Uh-huh.
Could you use some ice-cold refreshment?
You bet.
Then Coors Light may be right for you. Could result in epic nights, maximum refreshment, great times, awesome memories, high fives, smiles, Rocky Mountain Refreshment, Blue Mountain Refreshment, quadruple epic refreshment, killer parties, and totally refreshed killer parties. Ask your bartender for Coors Light today.
Definitely.
When cold refreshment calls, Coors Light answers. Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. With great beer comes great responsibility.
Texas Inflatable Rentals has Laredo's largest water slides. We're proud to say that we serve the greater Laredo area and supply slip sliding fun for kids of all ages. Texas Inflatable Rentals has a huge selection of inflatables for every budget. And to add to the party, we rent tables, chairs, snow cone machines, popcorn machines, and cotton candy machines that will help take your party to the next level. We also have moonwalks and bounce houses. Contact Texas Inflatable Rentals at 956-436-3909 or at texasinflatablerentals.com and book with the coupon code LEMURS for a 10% discount. That's Texas Inflatable Rentals, Laredo's largest water slide.
All right, some action here in this one already as the bench is cleared. A home run was hit. All kinds of stuff going on in this ball game. And it's 2-0 Joplin, and the Laredo Lemurs coming up to the plate. Dennis Phipps is going to lead it off. Phipps going to try to get off the schneid here against the Joplin Blasters. He has not picked up a hit in this series yet, and he struck out in his first at-bat tonight. So Joplin holding down the big slugger for the Laredo Lemurs so far in this series. And Alberto Castillo right back to work for the Joplin Blasters. He has done well so far. The crafty veteran out there as bunt shown by Phipps. He'll watch the breaking ball go over the plate for a strike. Well, I don't think you're going to see Phipps try to lay down a bunt. I think he was just taking a pitch there to see where that one landed. But a big curveball comes in over the plate. Yeah, Dennis Phipps 0 for 9 now in the series against Joplin. As here comes the 0-1 delivery. And a fastball on the outside corner at the knees. So Phipps is in an 0-2 hole all of a sudden, just like that. Dennis Phipps batting .343 on the year. So doing well overall this season, but having a tough time in this series. Well, we're getting into the dog days. It starts tomorrow. Here's the 0-2. That one is inside a little bit. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Phipps had to move just a little bit out of the way of that one. I don't think it would have hit him even if he didn't move, but maybe he was trying to sell the umpire just a little bit more. 1 ball and 2 strikes, 2-0 Blasters. And Castillo throws home, and a breaking ball swung on, and a chopper right back to Castillo. He'll turn, throw over to first base. It's a little bit high, but Taylor's there to grab it. And Dennis Phipps is out 1-3. 1 down, and Kevin Taylor coming up to the plate now for the Laredo Lemurs. Let's get to the scoreboard from around the American Association. Let you know what's going on in the rest of the league tonight. A full slate of games on a Friday night in the AA. The Joplin Blasters tomorrow are going to be welcoming in the Gary South Shore Railcats. Here's the pitch to Taylor, and that one's fouled away. The Lemurs will go home after this one and start a series on Sunday against Sioux Falls. It's only going to be a 3-game set between the Canaries and the Lemurs back at home. Then the Lemurs will go right back out on the road again. Amarillo and Grand Prairie coming up next. The 0-1 pitch. That hits the outside corner. A slider there from Castillo. Sioux City and Lincoln, that game's already in the books. That game actually started as a day game today on a Friday. That's kind of odd, a day game on a Friday. Weird. The 0-2 pitch. A slider away. Makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, Sioux City wins that game, 7-6 over Lincoln. Winnipeg playing Amarillo right now. It's Winnipeg 3, Amarillo nothing. They're in the top of the 5th inning. That's a long trip there for the Amarillo Thunderheads. They'll probably go and play Fargo next or something. The 1-2 pitch. Another slider away. Misses outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Grand Prairie 3, Fargo 1. They're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Long trip there for Grand Prairie to go up to Fargo. Sioux Falls 5, Kansas City nothing. They're in the top of the 4th inning. They're in Sioux Falls right now. The 2-2 pitch swung in, and a ground ball up the middle off the tip of the glove of Castillo, and that'll be a base hit for Kevin Taylor. So Taylor with 1 out picks up a single, and now Brian Peterson coming up to the plate for the Laredo Lemurs. You know, it was Peterson and Perez that ended up jawing at each other in the last half inning when the Blasters were up at the plate. So we'll keep an eye on this at bat for sure to see if anything happens. Highly doubt it. Castillo's a thumber up there. He doesn't throw all that hard to do any damage, even if he tried to throw at somebody. Throws a lot of breaking balls, and his fastball probably tops out at 85 miles an hour, so there's not a lot behind it. 2-0 Joplin, a runner at first base for the Lemurs. Here's the captain of the team, Brian Peterson. The pitch. Swung on and a pop-up. Right on the infield, the shortstop, Gonzalez. Now will give way to the second baseman, Glasser. Glasser behind the bag at second will make the catch. And that'll be the second out of the inning. Juan Silverio coming up to the plate. Wichita's playing New Jersey in the Can-Am League. So an interleague matchup there. Wichita 3, New Jersey 1. They're in the bottom of the 7th inning. And St. Paul's up over Gary right now, 6-1. That game in the top of the 5th. So there's your AA scoreboard. Here's Juan Silverio. Runner at first base for the Lemurs and 2 down. And Castillo throws home, and a big curveball finds the inside corner for a strike. Silverio thought that one was inside a little bit too far, so he was taken all the way and decided, well, that's not my pitch. I'll wait for a fastball here, thank you. Well, you're not going to see many from this guy. The 0-1. There's another breaking ball and a late swing there by Silverio. He fouled the pitch off up and over the fence to the right.
Just 1 to go.
No balls, 2 strikes, so Silverio's got to be protecting now. Jake Taylor holding on Kevin Taylor at first base. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball swung on, hit in the air into shallow center. Charging Gabe Suarez. Suarez will get there. He'll put on the brakes and make the catch. And that'll do it for the Lemurs. In the inning, they get no runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left. We're through 3 1/2. The Lemurs are down 2-0. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Do you want to sit in a car for 7 hours, risk a flat tire, traffic, or highway construction delays? Fly direct from Laredo International Airport to Dallas-Fort Worth on American Airlines. From Dallas, you can change planes and take a flight to Tokyo, London, or even Rio de Janeiro. With 4 daily arrivals and departures, American Airlines is sure to have a connection that works best for you. So avoid spending hours in the car or risk an accident on the highway or even a flat tire. Fly in comfort from Laredo International Airport. Visit AA.com for details and to book a reservation. 2-0 Joplin. Here we spin off into the bottom of the 4th inning. Mitch Glasser's going to lead it off, followed by Jesus Solorzano, and then Gabe Suarez will come up to the plate against Luis Poyorena. Poyorena throws. He hits the strike zone on the inside corner at the knees to Mitch Glasser. Glasser in his last at bat, he hit into a double play back in the 2nd inning, and that brought in Omar Luna. The bases were loaded at the time for Joplin. So it's 2-0 Blasters. The pitch. That one in over the toes to Mitch Glasser. The other run for the Joplin Blasters was a solo home run by Michael Gonzalez, his 6th of the year for Joplin. Poyorena out of the stretch, fires home, and that one swung on and fouled away. Goodbye, baseball. That one's lost to the fans forever. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Glasser slowly back into the batter's box. Wears number 2 on his back of the Joplin Blasters jersey. Joplin in their inaugural season as that pitch misses low and away. A first-year team in the American Association, formerly in El Paso. They were called the El Paso Diablos. They took the 2014 season off. They ended up finding a ballpark here in Joplin. They tore down what was left of Joe Becker Stadium, put up a new stadium for the fans to enjoy with some suites and a press box. And here we have a baseball team here in Joplin. The 2-2 pitch. Missed away, a fastball, 3 balls and 2 strikes. They've done a nice job, a nice small park. It fits around 4,500 people in this yard. So it's a good size. And they're averaging about 1,500 right now. They're trying to build some rapport with the fans here in Joplin, Missouri. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Outside, that's ball 4. So Mitch Glasser earns a walk to start off the inning in the bottom of the 4th. That'll bring up Jesus Solorzano. 5 hits for the Blasters, 3 hits so far for the Laredo Lemurs. But man, Alberto Castillo has been hot up there on the mound. He is tough to hit. He's got some really good breaking stuff, and he's been keeping the Lemurs pretty well off balance. So we'll see if the Lemurs can get to him here sooner or later. The Lemurs probably looking to get into the bullpen somehow. Here's the pitch. That is low. That's what the Lemurs did last time against Alberto Castillo. Really couldn't do much against him. But once they got into the bullpen, they were able to win the ball game. 1 ball and no strikes. The pitch swung on a liner into left field. Devontae Richardson will see that one go by him and go all the way out to the wall. Around second and heading to third is Glasser. Glasser's going to pull up there as Medeiros gets the cutoff throw. So a stand-up double for Jesus Solorzano. And now runners at second and third for the Blasters. Well, the Blasters trying to make some noise here in this ball game against the Laredo Lemurs. Like I told you, this is the last game between these two clubs this season unless something magical happens where both of them make the playoffs. And now Mike Meyer coming out from the dugout for the Laredo Lemurs. He's going to go talk things over with Luis Poyorena and the rest of the defense for the Laredo Lemurs. It's 2-0 Joplin, but they're threatening big here with runners at second and third and nobody out. Batter's going to be the number 9 hitter, Gabe Suarez. Yeah, this should be the plan for the Lemurs right now. They got to go after Suarez. He's a 150 hitter roughly. They need to go after him and try to strike him out. But Suarez in his last at bat, he flew out to center field. So as long as they get the ball maybe popped up on the infield or get a strikeout out of it, they'll be doing all right. And then they can worry about the guys behind them. They may be able to walk Michael Gonzalez to load the bases and try to get a double play opportunity ready. Michael Gonzalez just a flat-out good hitter, and he's not an easy out by any means. In fact, he already has 2 hits here in the ball game. Well, the Lemurs are going to go ahead and play the infield in. Of course, that's the right play here in this situation. So that means even more than ever, Luis Poyorena needs to go for the strikeout. Here's the pitch, and that's a strike on the outside corner. So a good sign there by Poyorena to get Suarez into an 0-1 hole. No balls and 1 strike. Suarez did have a base hit in last night's ball game. Here's the pitch. He'll take another strike on the outside part of the plate. So back-to-back pitches. He sees a strike on the outside corner, and now he's backing out of the batter's box. He doesn't like the call too much and shakes his head, shows a little body language to us. Can't really hear him all that well, but you can see that he's not happy. No balls and 2 strikes. So now what does Poyorena do? He throws the pitch, and it's swung on and hit on a line into center field. Here comes Morrison. He'll make the catch. Coming home from third base is Glasser. The throw's going to go to third base, and that's going to be the 3rd run of the ball game for Joplin. So Gabe Suarez with the sacrifice fly that drives home a run. And he hit the ball pretty well, but Ty Morrison playing shallow due to the fact that he was looking for a sac fly in case it came to him. So that'll create the first out in the inning. And a run in. Now here comes manager Pete Avila, so that's going to do it for Luis Poyorena. 2 visits to the mound, and that means his night is going to come to an end right now. I'm kind of surprised to see it come to an end this early. Luis Poyorena has done such a fine job for the Lemurs as a starter and as a relief pitcher, and probably his roughest outing here of the season right now. And still leave the ball game for the Laredo Lemurs, and we'll have a new pitcher coming in. We'll talk about him when we get back. The Lemurs are down 3-0. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Looking to travel this summer? If the year-round flights to Las Vegas aren't fit for you, take advantage of Allegiant's direct flights from Laredo International Airport to Orlando. For as low as $119 round trip, you and your family can be in Orlando in 2.5 hours. Fly in comfort from your Laredo International Airport. Visit Allegiant.com for details and specials. Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit hot dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito hamburger and Cabrito hot dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1919. That's Texas Outlaw Grill.
Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs. Now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care one athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
Welcome to Whataburger. Today we're cooking the sweet and spicy bacon burger.
Wow, it's beautiful.
2 beef patties, American cheese, Monterey Jack cheese, bacon, grilled onions, the sweet and spicy pepper sauce.
Sweet in the front and then the spicy in the back. I like it. I like it a lot.
So it's like a perfect balance, and then that bacon right there, it adds crunchiness.
I'll get back in line and get another one, I'll tell you that much.
Sweet spicy bacon burger. Come down to Whataburger. It's only here for a limited time.
All right, the Lemurs turn things over to Ryan Beckman. Beckman with a record of 3 wins and no losses, a 1.42 ERA through 31 games. So he's getting an early entrance into this ball game, and that's an early exit for Luis Poyorena. Lemurs are down 3-0, and Ryan Beckman's going to be having to face off against Michael Gonzalez to start things off. Gonzalez with already 2 hits in the ball game. He got a single back in the first and a solo home run in the third. It's 3-0 Blasters with a runner at second base. Jesus Solorzano over there after he doubled. So a run in each of the last 3 innings for the Blasters, and here's Gonzalez. The pitch, swung in a liner into left center field. He's going to get a base hit. That's going to bring home Solorzano. He's coming around third and heading home. He will score. It's 4-0 in favor of Joplin. And Beckman throws 1 pitch, and Michael Gonzalez gets another base hit, and he picks up another RBI. Well, he's having a good day. And Yasir Gomez coming up to the plate. So there's 1 out in the inning. And a guy who has 30 stolen bases is over there at first base. So now Beckman's got to keep an eye on a guy with a lot of stolen bases at first. And Yasir Gomez from the left side into the batter's box. Toss over to first base, and Michael Gonzalez is back in diving. Gonzalez with those 30 bags is second in the league behind Michael Lang, who has 35 for Sioux City. 4-0 Joplin. And here's the pitch from Beckman. And the throw is a little bit low and outside. 7 hits now for the Joplin Blasters, so they've come out swinging the bats here in the ball game tonight. Beckman similar to Poyorena, both of them side armors. Of course, Poyorena's a lefty and Beckman's a righty. And the 1-0 pitch, low and outside. Of course, Beckman has a little height on Poyorena. Beckman listed in at 6'4", and Poyorena, he's listed for the Laredo Lemurs at 5'8". So a big difference in height, a difference in what side they throw, but if you mirror them, they look pretty similar. Here's the 2-0. That one is outside for a ball, and what I mean by similar is the way they throw. There's a lot of ways they don't look similar. 3 balls and no strikes. Beckman sets up the belt and delivers. That's a strike on the outside corner. So he fell behind 3 balls and no strikes to Gomez, and now is going to try to work backwards against him. 3 balls and 1 strike. Ryan Beckman was drafted in the 18th round by the Pittsburgh Pirates. You don't see a whole lot of Pirates around. See a lot of guys from different organizations in the American Association as a throw goes over to first base, but you don't see a whole lot of guys that used to play in the Pirates organization here in this league. See some Cubbies, some Orioles, some Braves, some Diamondbacks. But you don't hear a whole lot about the Pittsburgh Pirates. Well, Beckman is out of their organization. Here's the 3-1. Outside, ball 4. So Gonzalez will move up to second. Gomez earns the walk. And runners at first and second base and 1 out. And Beckman spent 6 seasons in the Pirates organization, posting a record of 12 wins and 15 losses. And he put up a 3.58 ERA over that time. While he was with their organization, he made stops in State College with the State College Spikes. He also played for the West Virginia Power, the Breddington Marauders, and the Altoona Curve. And he also pitched the 2011 season with the Adelaide Bite in the Australian Baseball League. Here's Jairo Perez. Perez takes a fastball in the inside corner, right above the belt. No balls on 1 strike. 4-0 Joplin. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning, so still a long way to go in this one. But the Lemurs have to figure out Alberto Castillo up on the mound, and the Blasters are giving him plenty of time to rest in the dugout. And the 0-1 pitch. The runner from second goes. That's Michael Gonzalez. The throw down to third base is not going to be in time. Gonzalez with his 31st stolen base of the season. And Yasier Gomez saw that Gonzalez was moving, so Gomez decided to steal a bag as well right behind him. So now runners at second and third and 1 out, and the Lemurs are going to bring the infield in again. So that's going to force the defense in, and that'll allow Jairo Perez to try to poke something through. That's going to take away the range from the Laredo Lemurs defense. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung and a ground ball over to the shortstop. Medeiros has it. He'll come home. The tag at the plate is going to be in time to get the out. Brian Peterson closing off the plate on Michael Gonzalez, who came home. Now Carlos Lescano coming down to argue with the home plate umpire, Tyler Thurman. But the out goes 6-3 to get Gonzalez out. And Carlos Lescano asking about Brian Peterson closing off the plate or not. So an interesting conversation here. I don't know why he's going over to talk to Brian Child. Brian Child does not have the call there. So a 6-2 put out, and that's the second out of the inning on the play. Jairo Perez moves up to first on a fielder's choice, and Gomez stayed at second base. So Child talking things over with Carlos Lescano. I don't have any idea what this can be about any further. Lescano talking things over with the third base umpire, who's the crew chief, and he's talking about the call that the home plate umpire just made. And I'm thinking he thought that Michael Gonzalez somehow got his hand in on the plate while Brian Peterson was trying to block the plate. So Brian Child talking things over, and now the home plate umpire walking up, and he's going to try to join in on the conversation, and that might be trouble right there in itself. Lescano trying to plead his case up the third base line and tell the umpires what he saw and why he thought Gonzalez should be safe. There's no rule in this league that says the catcher can't block the plate. That is a Major League Baseball rule. It is not here in the American Association. So Brian Peterson can block the plate all he wants, and that's what he did there. He blocked the plate. Gonzalez had to go around him. He tried to do that. Peterson laid down the tag, and Gonzalez was simply out. It's 4-0 Joplin right now. The only thing I could think of is he's trying to argue that he got his hand in somehow. At least Gonzalez got his hand in on the plate somehow. So the conversation will come to an end up the third base line, and everybody will go back to where they belong. But Brian Child, the veteran umpire out here, taking over the conversation with the home plate umpire. So 2 outs in the inning, and Omar Luna will be the batter. Luna is the number 4 hitter in the batting order for the Joplin Blasters. So runners at first and second base. And there's 2 down. 4 runs on 7 hits for Joplin. No runs on 3 hits for the Laredo Lemurs. Luna with a double and a single on the night, so he's seen the ball well so far. The first pitch to him is swung and fouled back. That gets up and over the ballpark. No balls and 1 strike. So Beckman trying to get the Lemurs out of the trouble here. Both of those runs, by the way, that have scored here in the inning, they are credited to Luis Poyorena. So his night is in the books. He goes 3+ innings and gives up 4 runs tonight. Here's the 0-1. Low one outside. A slider there from Beckman. And Poyorena was able to get 1 out in the 4th inning. So overall he goes 3 1/3, giving up those 4 runs in the game. He gives up 6 hits as well. Here's the ground ball over to Medeiros. The shortstop will flip it over to Taylor. That's all they need is the out at second base. Lemurs will get that, and that's going to do it for the Blasters. But they come up with 2 more runs in the inning. They get 2 runs on 2 hits. There was an error. And 2 left. We're going to go to the top of the 5th inning. Lemurs are down 4-0. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Sweating through another barn burner at your team's bar?
Sure am.
Wish you had some ice-cold refreshment?
You bet.
Then Coors Light may be right for you. Could result in meeting new people, epic fist bumps, epic forearm bumps, epic or chest bumps, touchdown dancing, break dancing, line dancing, dancing like nobody's watching, awesome refreshment for the win, and one-of-a-kind Rocky Mountain Cold refreshment. Ask your bartender for Coors Light today.
Definitely.
When cold refreshment calls, Coors Light answers. Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. With great beer comes great responsibility.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Need a little spark in your life? Then come on out to Uni-Trade Stadium for Friday night fireworks. Tickets start as low as $5, and you'll get to see great baseball and great fireworks all in one night. To get tickets, call 956-7-LEMURS or go online at LaredoLemurs.com. I'll see you at the ballpark. Hey, Lemurs fans, every Thursday night at Uni-Trade Stadium is a Thirsty Thursday. Come on out and enjoy cold Miller Lite draft beers for only $1. That's right, beer for $1. You can get tickets online at LaredoLemurs.com or by phone at 956-7-LEMURS. I'll see you at the ballpark.
Uni-Trade continues to provide solutions in foreign trade through a highly satisfactory customs brokerage service. Uni-Trade has quality trained personnel devoted to the highest level of customer service. For all your transportation, distribution, and consolidation needs, it's Uni-Trade. Chavarrias Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarrias is a full-service company with up-to-date technology trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarrias is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com. And go Lemurs!
All right, Ryan Ortiz to lead it off for the Laredo Lemurs. He's the designated hitter tonight for Laredo, and he faces off against Castillo. He'll hit the first pitch, but it's a foul ball off to the right. Look out over there. Ball coming your way. Lemurs down 4-0 in the game. And they're trying to figure out the starting pitcher, Alberto Castillo, still. So Ortiz, Medeiros, and Morrison coming up to the plate in the top of the 5th. 4-0 Joplin. Castillo working out of the stretch with nobody on. And the 0-1 pitch. A curveball swung on, popped up, right field. Moving back on the ball, Solorzano. Now he'll come in a few steps out there in right field and make the catch pretty easily. So 2 outs. Excuse me, 1 out. 2 outs made by Ryan Ortiz tonight. That's the second time he's flown out. Here comes Jared Medeiros. So the Lemurs' #9 hitter and the shortstop tonight going to try to spark the Laredo Lemurs. He's done it in the past. He can be a little spark plug out there for his club. So Castillo, who started off with the San Francisco Giants organization all the way back in 1994. That's when they had a ball club in Everett called the Everett Giants in the Northwest League. That team long gone. As the first pitch to Medeiros is in there for a strike. They're now called the Everett Aqua Sox. So there's still a baseball team there, but no longer called the Everett Giants. No balls and 1 strike to Medeiros. And the pitch, swung in, and a chopper off the plate, foul. That'll go over by the dugout where the Joplin Blasters sit. Castillo also played in Bellingham. There's now a collegiate team in Bellingham, up in Bellingham, Washington, called the Bellingham Bells. They are no longer playing affiliated ball up there. That was the San Francisco Giants team back in 1996. That was in the same league, so I'm sure the Everett Giants turned into the Bellingham team. As the pitch comes in there, called strike 3. A fastball in the inside corner to Medeiros. And that's strike 2, or strike out number 2 in the inning. Yeah, in fact, the Bellingham team was called the Bellingham Giants back there in 1996. Then he went on and played for the San Jose Giants. The San Jose Giants, a longtime standing affiliate for the San Francisco Giants. After the 97 season, Castillo started playing in the Yankees organization. At the age of 22, here's the pitch to Ty Morrison. Morrison takes a strike. He has seen the ball well, though, from Alberto Castillo so far. He's got 2 hits, both singles. 2 outs in the inning, 4-0 Joplin. And Castillo works from the first base side of the river. He'll throw a pitch, and that's a slider swung on and missed. Morrison tried to put a rip into that one, but he missed it. No balls and 2 strikes. So throughout the Yankees organization in 1998, Castillo played for the Greensboro Bats in Greensboro, North Carolina, and he also played for the Tampa Yankees in the Florida State League. The 0-2 pitch, a slider away. Then Castillo started playing in independent baseball in 1999. Started with the Schaumburg Flyers, played there in 2000 as well, and then spent some time with the Newark Bears in 2002 and in 2003. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Swung in and a ground ball, hard hit over to the right side. In front of it, the second baseman Glasser. He'll grab it and throw it to first base, and the Lemurs are retired quickly here in the top of the 5th inning. They go down in order. We're going to head to the bottom of the 5th. It's 4-0 Joplin. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas, as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today. For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn: Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo. Hey fans, every Monday night at Uni-Trade Stadium is Margarita Monday. Come on out to the ballpark and cool off with an ice-cold margarita for only $2. But please do not drink them too fast. You might get a brain freeze. To get tickets, call 956-7-LEMURS. Check us out at LaredoLemurs.com.
Tokyo Garden of Laredo is located at 2515 East Del Mar Boulevard, and they serve the best sushi in town. Stop by Tokyo Garden for a quick lunch or a fancy dinner. Either way, you're going to enjoy our fine cuisine. Did you just get off work? Then come on by and check out our happy hour specials. Tokyo Garden, well, you'll find the best sushi in Laredo.
Right now, when you sign up for a Gold's Gym membership, you'll get tons of extras completely free. Confidence, free. Compliments from your coworkers, free. And the desire to wear tiny bathing suits, you guessed it, free. You'll be stronger with extras, and you'll be stronger with Gold's Gym. Know your own strength. Tiny bathing suit not included.
Brian Beckman stays on the mound for the Laredo Lemurs as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Jake Taylor's going to lead it off, followed by Carlos Ramirez and then Mitch Glasser for Joplin. 4-0 Blasters. Blasters picked up a run in the 2nd, a run in the 3rd, 2 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning. So they increased their lead each inning since the 2nd. And Jake Taylor coming up to the plate. So Beckman up there on the hill, ready to rock and roll. And Jake Taylor into the batter's box. Taylor on the night. He's 1 for 1. He breaks his bat here, hits a ground ball over to the shortstop. Maderos charges, throws strong over to first base. And that'll be a 6-3 putout on 1 pitch. And that's what the Lemurs are looking for right there. Carlos Ramirez coming up to the plate now. 4-0 Blasters. So a little bit more about tonight's relief pitcher, Ryan Beckman. We don't get to talk about Ryan too much because he's usually in and out of the game pretty quickly. But tonight he's working in what looks to be a long relief role. He helped the Lemurs get out of the trouble there in the 4th inning and now comes back to work in the 5th. Beckman, born in Fort Worth, Texas, and he's currently 25 years old. Here's the pitch. That's a fastball on the inside corner. He went to high school at North Crowley High School in Fort Worth and attended college at Grayson County College. That's in Denison, Texas, and I told you earlier he was drafted by the Pirates. No balls and 1 strike. The pitch. Swung on and missed. A slider there. No balls and 2 strikes. Carlos Ramirez sitting in the 0-2 home. So throughout the Pirates organization, Beckman has played with the Gulf Coast League team and with the Pittsburgh Pirates. He's played for the State College Spikes and the New York Penn League. The 0-2 pitch, that one is outside. The New York Penn League, a rookie ball affiliate, or they like to call it low A ball as a level. But a unique league, some older ballparks there in the New York Penn League. 1 ball and 2 strikes. They got some unique locations like Staten Island where the Yankees play. The 1-2. That one is low and inside. In fact, the Staten Island Yankees have a beautiful view of Manhattan from their ballpark. He also played for the West Virginia Power in the Sally League called the South Atlantic League, and he played for the Bradenton Marauders in the Florida State League. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. A check swing by Ramirez. They'll check down with the first base umpire. He says he did not go around. Beckman spent a couple of seasons in Altoona with the Curve. And that was in 2013 and 2014. He's also there a little bit in 2012. Pitched in one game there in 2012. But overall at AA ball, Beckman put up a 3-5 record and a 2.54 ERA. The 3-2 swung in a ground ball over to the left side. Moving over to his left, Silverio. He'll gobble it up and throw it over to first base, and Ramirez is out. So back-to-back outs here. 2 outs quickly, and Mitch Glasser coming up to the plate for the Joplin Blasters. Lemurs down by 4. You look like a guy. Look at a guy like Ryan Beckman, and you wonder why he's here. I mean, he didn't have bad numbers when he was in affiliated ball, and he put up a 3.25 ERA. He was primarily a relief pitcher, pitched in 197 games, and made 3 starts in affiliated baseball. Here's the pitch to Glasser. And Glasser takes a strike on the outside part of the plate. And that's what Ryan Beckman does. He just gets out there, he throws strikes. He throws with enough speed to get guys out. He throws some good off-speed pitches. And you look at him and you go, what are you doing here, dude? But the Lemurs are lucky to have him, I'll tell you that much. He's a nice addition to the club. Here's the 0-1. Swung and missed. No balls and 2 strikes. The Lemurs pretty much littered with guys that belong in affiliated baseball, but for one reason or another, they're here in independent ball. And a lot of these guys trying to get back into the affiliated ranks have a chance to move up and get into Major League Baseball. No balls and 2 strikes. Beckman throws. That one is a check swing, and he went around, so Glasser strikes out. It's 3 up and 3 down here in the inning. We're going to head to the 6th. Lemurs are down by 4. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Breakfast speaks for itself here at Whataburger. It's going to be hot, it's going to be fresh. It's almost like when you were a kid and you wake up in the morning, you can smell mom cooking breakfast.
I like their hash browns.
My favorite's the honey butter chicken biscuit. I like the taquitos. We have some fresh cracked eggs here.
I like these pancakes because they're fluffy.
I really like the fact that you can get into Whataburger real fast and bring it on the go. We're cooking breakfast for you at Whataburger.
In over 40 years, nobody's helped more families achieve the American dream of home ownership than Armadillo. In fact, Armadillo Homes has built more homes than all other builders combined. And there are reasons for this: integrity, responsibility, service, and of course, quality. So if you're thinking about making the greatest investment in your life, think of the one builder who's dedicated its entire life to helping the Laredo family. Think Armadillo Homes, armadillohomes.com. Go Lemurs.
We all know we can accomplish more when we're ready. That's why I've chosen Texas A&M International University. I want a 4-year degree and the opportunities that it brings. TAMU has welcomed me and more than 7,000 students from around the world. TAMU empowers me to greatness, ignites my mind, and propels me to my future and my impact. Imagine the possibilities when you're powered by TAMU.
Register now for summer and fall. Visit tamu.edu and get powered.
Since Extending Technologies opened for business in 1998, they have worked to establish solid relationships with their clients. They are set to maintain the highest standards of service and integrity and to perform work of only the highest quality, achieving client satisfaction on every project. They have attained these goals through a tradition of care and professional pride. They serve a wide range of corporations and small business franchises. Extending Technologies has the tools and expertise for any technical need that your business may have. Call us here in Laredo at 725-2654. That's 725-2654 for Ascending Technology.
Todos sabemos.
All right, for the Lemurs, Devontre Richardson's going to lead it off as he's coming up to the plate. It's 2, 3, and 4 in the batting order for Laredo. Lemurs are down by 4 here as we slip on to the top of the 6th inning. Castillo still up there on the hill. He's a troublemaker. Here's the pitch, and that one hits the outside corner for a strike. So that's how things get started in the top of the 6th inning. Lemurs have seen 3 base hits so far tonight, and overall they've seen 4 base runners. No balls and 1 strike. The pitch, curveball swung on, popped up, shallow left center, going out the shortstop Gonzalez. Gonzalez looks like he has it under control, and he will grab the baseball and put it away. So that does it for Richardson. He pops out to the shortstop for the first out. And Dustin Geiger coming up to the plate now for the Lemurs. Geiger has had some tough times in the first 2 at-bats against Alberto Castillo so far. He went down looking in the first at-bat on a big curveball that went over the plate. And he struck out in his last at-bat against Alberto Castillo. 4-0 Blasters. And Castillo out of the stretch, throws home and a fastball away to start things off. 1 ball and no strikes. Well, the sun totally gone. The night is taken over here in Joplin, Missouri. And a comfortable night here at the ballpark this evening, even though not a bout of wind is being blown right now. Low 1-0 pitch. A fastball in the outside corner. And Geiger takes that one, steps out of the batter's box just a little bit. At least he relaxes. He's still in the box itself. 1 ball and 1 strike. Geiger looking to put a charge into one, get the Lemurs some momentum. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed. So he threw a fastball on the last pitch. Now comes in with what looked to be a slider there, and a breaking ball to Geiger. And Lemurs having a hard time figuring this guy out. So many guys in the American Association have flat breaking balls, and you get a guy like this, Alberto Castillo, that's 40 years old and has pitched in Major League Baseball, that really has his stuff down. The 1-2 pitch is called strike 3. A fastball in the inside corner, and Dustin Geiger goes down looking. Second time tonight, and he has struck out 3 times here tonight. Not too happy with the call is Geiger. I think he thought that one was inside a little bit. And that'll bring up Dennis Phipps, another guy having a tough time, not only tonight, but in the series for the Laredo Lemurs. So Phipps will have a chance here to try to break out. Lemurs are down by 4. Being held to no runs right now are the Laredo Lemurs. And Castillo throws. That one swung in and a fly ball hit into right. Solorzano stands like a statue out there. Now he'll slightly move and lift his mid up and make the catch. It's 3 up and 3 down for the Laredo Lemurs here in this half inning. The Lemurs have gone down to 8 straight going back to the 4th inning. We will head to the bottom of the 6th. 4-0 Joplin. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Capital Care EMS, located at 1510 Calle del Norte, Suite number 11, invites you to experience a new standard in medical transportation, servicing Laredo and all surrounding areas. Capital Care EMS provides transports to wound care treatments, HBO treatments, dialysis treatments, doctor's appointments, radiation treatments, chemotherapy treatments, and many more. From emergency medical transport to x-rays and lab work, our state-certified EMTs and paramedics are readily available 24 hours a day when you need them most. Capital Care EMS accepts most major medical insurances, including Medicare, Medicaid, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Aetna, and many more. Capital Care EMS is locally owned and operated. Call now for your free consultation. 956-712-8911. That's 956-712-8911. Capital Care EMS, creating a new standard in medical transportation. Capital Care EMS, the official ambulance of your Laredo Lemurs.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubbada, boom, which led to you. Miller Lite, we invented light beer, and you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar?
For the Joplin Blasters, Jesus Solorzano will start it. He'll be followed up by Gabe Suarez, and then Michael Gonzalez will come up to the plate. Ryan Beckman stays on the mound for the Laredo Lemurs. So he's going to have a chance to work into another inning here for Laredo. 4-0 Joplin as we go to the bottom of the 6th. The pitch swung on and missed. Solorzano 1 for 2 on the day. He had a double back in the 4th, came in to score a run when he was driven in by Michael Gonzalez, and now Solorzano looks like he wants some more pine tar. He's going to go over and grab the pine tar stick and rub up his baseball bat with it. No balls and 1 strike to Solorzano. Some Major League Baseball news. The New York Mets, they've landed slugger Yoenis Cespedes from the Tigers. So a big move there for the New York Mets as the next pitch misses outside. Adding a big outfielder. But remember, Cespedes has been traded a lot lately, right? He went from the A's to the Red Sox, from the Red Sox to the Tigers, and now with the New York Mets. Just doesn't seem to be able to land anyplace. and stay there for any length of time. He's got a lot of potential, though. He is fun to watch. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the 1-1 pitch. Outside for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. And Cespedes, I believe, going back to the scene of the crime with the New York Mets, where he was the home run champion in the home run derby when it was played at Shea Stadium. Well, not Shea Stadium. What's that place called now? Citibank? Citi Field? Citi Field. 2 balls and 1 strike. The pitch. Swung on and missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I used to be able to name every single ballpark in Major League Baseball, but no longer. They've changed names so often, and they have these corporate names, and it's no longer at the tip of my head. So I had to guess on that one a little bit. I had to jump around and finally find it, but it is Citi Field there in Queens, New York. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jesus Solorzano. The pitch. It's low. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. So here's your big league scoreboard. Phillies and Braves playing ball tonight. Phillies are up 9-3. They're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Baltimore 8, Tigers 7. That one in the bottom of the 7th. Blue Jays and Royals locked up in a 6-6 tie. They're in the 10th inning. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled away. So the Toronto Blue Jays doing a team makeover here before the trade deadline comes around, picking up some big bats, picking up some big pitchers. David Price goes there. Troy Tulowitzki goes there. And a handful of others for the Toronto Blue Jays. They pretty much cleaned out their minor league system. They're going for it right now. Here's the 3-2. Swung on, and that one's tipped in and out of the glove of Brian Peterson. It might have hit him in the chest, in the chest protector. So it'll stay 3 balls and 2 strikes. And so the Toronto Blue Jays, at least, they're going to be interesting down the stretch, even if they don't make any moves as far as in the rankings go and the standings go. Still be fun to watch them with some interesting players. Unfortunately for Toronto, David Price is only a rental for the next couple of months. He will be a free agent after the season. The 3-2 pitch, swung on, clubbed to left center field. This one is going to get on out of here. Solorzano with a home run. He blasted that one, a no-doubter. That's going to make it a 5-0 lead for the Joplin Blasters. I don't think I've seen a better ball hit off of Ryan Beckman so far this season. I mean, that one was just absolutely demolished. Ryan Beckman having a stellar season, but giving up a long fly there to Jesus Solorzano. Gabe Suarez coming up to the plate. Now that ball was on a line, up and over the wall there in left center field very, very quickly. An impressive home run. Here's the pitch to Suarez. Suarez takes a strike in the outside corner, so Beckman's going to try to come back and get an out here. After that one, kind of a surprise to see him get hit that hard. No balls and 1 strike. And the pitch, swung in a ground ball over to the right side. Taylor to the second baseman, gobbles it up. He'll throw over to first base, and Suarez is gone. So a 4-3 put out and 1 down. And Beckman recovers, comes right back out and gets the next batter out. And we go up to see Michael Gonzalez coming up to the plate now. Gonzalez has been a troublemaker today. He's got 2 singles and a solo home run. That solo home run came off of Luis Poyorena, the starting pitcher for the Lemurs tonight. That was the first home run that Poyorena's given up this season. And the pitch. Michael Gonzalez takes low and outside. And that was the second home run this year that Beckman's given up. So he has not given up a lot of long balls. Here's the 1-0. Swung on and fouled back. So we'll continue with the scoreboard from around Major League Baseball. Pirates 5, Reds 4. They're in the bottom of the 9th. Another extra inning game. Padres and Marlins are tied at 3. They're playing in Miami. That game's in the 10th inning. Red Sox 6, Tampa Bay 5. They're in the bottom of the 8th. And the Nationals and the Mets tied at 1 apiece. And that's who the New York Mets are chasing, the Washington Nationals, as that pitch misses inside. And I don't know if Cespedes is in the lineup tonight. I don't think he could happen that quickly. I'm pretty sure he was just traded today. 2 balls and 1 strike. And the pitch. Inside and tight. If the Mets played on the West Coast, he might have been able to make it out from Detroit to the West Coast to play the game, but since the game's on the East Coast, I highly doubt he was able to get into uniform for tonight's ball game. The Rangers and Giants are playing down in Arlington, and the Rangers are up 6-2 in the middle of the 7th. Here's the 3-1 pitch, swung on and fouled away. Astros 4, D-backs 1. That game in the top of the 6th. And the Cubbies 2, the Milwaukee Brewers 1, top of the 6th inning. Yankees 11, White Sox 2, that game in the top of the 5th. And the Seattle Mariners are up over the Minnesota Twins 4-1. 3 balls and 2 strikes to the batter, Michael Gonzalez. He's 3 for 3 with a home run. Cardinals 2, Rockies nothing. And the Oakland A's and Cleveland Indians, they're in the top of the 3rd, no score. 3 balls and 2 strikes as Beckman looks in to Peterson. He gets a few signs. Now he'll come ready to throw. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swung and a ground ball. Take a hop right back to Beckman. Beckman drops it, recovers, picks it up, and throws it over to first base. And that'll do it for Michael Gonzalez. 2 down, excuse me. And Yasser Gomez is going to be the next batter. The final score for you, the Dodgers and the Angels just underway. So an interleague matchup between those two. The Southern California rivals in the interleague matchup. And into the batter's box goes the left-handed batter, Yasser Gomez. 5-0 Joplin. And the pitch outside for a ball. So fastball from Beckman starts off a little bit away. 8 hits tonight for the Blasters. The Lemurs have been held down to 3 hits by the starting pitcher Alberto Castillo. And the 1-0 throw home is away. 2 balls and no strikes. So Beckman has to try to work backwards here against Yasser Gomez. Gomez walked in his last at bat. And he actually faced off against Ryan Beckman at that time. Beckman in the 4th inning faced 4 batters to help the Lemurs get out of trouble. Here's the 2-0. That's called a strike on the outside corner. In the 4th, Poyorena started off on the hill. He was the starting pitcher tonight for Laredo. He gave up a walk to Glasser, a double to Solorzano, and then a sac fly to Gabe Suarez that drove in a run. That's when the night came to an end for Poyorena. The 2-1 pitch. That's right at the letters for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And then Beckman came in, gave up a single to Michael Gonzalez that drove home a run. He walked Yasser Gomez, then got Jairo Perez to hit into a fielder's choice, and then so did Omar Luna. Here's the 2-2. Low, ball 3. So 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's a 3-2 count to Yasser Gomez. Lemurs and Blasters in this 3-game series. It comes to an end tonight. The 3-2. High, ball 4. So Yasser Gomez will take another walk against Ryan Beckman. And Jairo Perez, the number 3 hitter in the order for the Blasters, coming up to the plate.
The third baseman, number 30, Jairo Perez.
Perez on the day. He's officially 0 for 2. He had a walk and ended up at third base in the 3rd inning, so he's not come in to score tonight. Jairo Perez in his fancy Nike shoes down there. He's got New York Met colored shoes on exactly. And the pitch. He swings and chops it up to the 3rd baseman, Silverio. Silverio will wind up and throw over to first base. That'll be in time to get the batter out, and Perez is done. So are the Blasters, but they see another run up on the board. Jesus Solorzano getting into one, and he hits a home run over the left center field wall. It's now 5-0 Joplin. We're going to head to the top of the 7th inning. The Lemurs need some runs. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
This summer, Allegiant will increase to 4 weekly flights to Las Vegas, Nevada. If gambling in Vegas isn't your thing, Allegiant is also increasing to 2 weekly flights to Orlando. Enjoy the Disney theme parks, Legoland, Universal Studios, SeaWorld, and the Kennedy Space Center. Flying comfort from your Laredo International Airport. Visit Allegiant.com for details and specials.
Before your Memorial Day party gets going, drive over to Ashley Furniture Home Store this week for our best Memorial Day sale ever. Get dramatic price reductions store-wide or no interest until January 2021. Choose from sofas and sectionals, all at unbelievably low prices. Plus, find savings on beds and amazing deals on dining rooms. It's our best Memorial Day sale ever, so don't wait. Hurry over to Ashley Furniture Home Store right now. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. 4520 San Bernardo Avenue, Laredo, Texas, 956-712-2401. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific boys and girls clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at DriscollHealthPlan.com.
3, 2, 1. Number 1. That's Laredo's #1 Chevy dealer. Family Chevrolet turns the best day ever into the best month ever. 15% off. Not good enough, but 25% off. Now that makes it the best month ever. With over 600 vehicles.
The second baseman, number 7, Kevin Taylor.
All right, Kevin Taylor coming up to the plate for Laredo. Lemurs are down 5-0 here. As we go to the top of the 7th inning, Alberto Castillo staying in the ball game for the Joplin Blasters. He is pitching very, very well against the Lemurs tonight. He has held the Lemurs to 3 hits. Here's the pitch, and a big curveball goes over the head of Kevin Taylor. So a lefty-lefty matchup for Kevin Taylor. Carlos Ramirez, the catcher, sets up away. The curveball, that one finds its way over the plate for a strike. So making a count of 1 ball and 1 strike to Kevin Taylor. And the pitch, another breaking ball low and outside. So Kevin Taylor, this year against left-handed pitching, not faring all that well. And the 2-1 delivery. Curveball swung on and lined into right field. Solorzano will stop right there and make the catch. Another liner right to Solorzano. And Kevin Taylor actually batting .353 against left-handed pitching. Castillo gets the out there, and Brian Peterson will be coming up to the plate. So Taylor doing well against left-handed pitching. I had him confused with another batter in the order for the Laredo Lemurs, but oddly enough, he actually bats better against lefties than he does against righties. Kevin Taylor's overall batting average is .305 to start the day. Here's Brian Peterson. Peterson swings at the first pitch, hits it in the air into the right center field gap. Suarez will see it go by him. The ball will take off. It'll go up the wall. It'll hit the top of the wooden fence, and Brian Peterson will go gliding into second base with a double. So Brian Peterson swings at the first pitch, gets a double out of it, and Juan Silverio will be coming up to the plate for the Lemurs. So Brian Peterson said, I'm going to go up there, swing at the first pitch, and see what happens here. And he was able to hit the ball well into the gap in the right center field. Now to bring up Juan Silverio. Lemurs down by 5. We're in the top of the 7th inning. Juan Silverio on the day, he's 0 for 2. Silverio, right-handed batter against the left-handed pitcher, and a curveball hits the inside corner for a strike. A lot of breaking balls out of the hand of Castillo. And the Lemurs have been a little bit off balance all day long against him, but not Brian Peterson right there with that base hit. Ty Morrison has hit him well as well. Kevin Taylor does have a base hit earlier in the ball game off of Alberto Castillo. And the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and a ground ball up the middle. It tips off the glove of Castillo. Gonzalez will try to rearrange himself, and Brian Peterson pulls up lane between second and third, and he may have pulled his hamstring. And now timeout's called by the umpire. Peterson is tagged out at third base as the play goes 1-6-5 on the putout. And Peterson may have pulled a hammy problem there or picked up a cramp on the way from second to third, so he'll hobble off. And that's unfortunate for the Laredo Lemurs. I believe Peterson probably would be able to get to third base pretty easily if he didn't have that cramp or that pulled hammy that he's dealing with right now. So nonetheless, Silverio will go up to first base on the fielder's choice, and the out is made 6-5 for the second out of the inning. 5-0 Joplin, and Ryan Ortiz who's actually the backup catcher, coming up to the plate as the DH right now. So we'll see if Ortiz has to go in and catch after this. So Alberto Castillo going to get a new baseball. So 2 outs in the 7th inning. And Ortiz into the batter's box. He's 0 for 2, a fly out to left and a fly out to center. And Castillo delivers home. And that is low and inside. Ryan Ortiz, drafted by the Oakland A's in the 6th round back in 2009. He was drafted out of Oregon State University. And the 1-0 pitch. Curveball. That's called a strike. And Ortiz played in the A's organization, and he pushed a 2.242 batting average. Had 33 home runs while he was with the A's and had 170 RBIs through his career there. The 1-1 pitch. A check swing. Did he go around? The umpire at first says no, he did not. Ortiz's primary position is working as a catcher, but he's also played first and third on occasion in his career. And behind the plate, he had a 27% throwout percentage against base runners with the A's organization. The 2-1 pitch, called a strike on the inside corner. That one right at the belt. A fastball on the inside part of the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lemurs down by 5. 7th inning, runner at first base and 2 down for Laredo. Now the Blasters fans getting into this ball game. Here's the 2-2. Inside for a ball. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Throughout the A's organization, Ortiz spent time in Vancouver, Stockton, Midland, and with AAA Sacramento. And at one time, he ranked as high as 21st as their 21st best prospect in the A's organization back in 2009. Here's the 3-2. The runner goes. The pitch is swung on, hit well into center field. Suarez going back. He's still going back. It's going to go up and over his head. It'll take a bounce off of the wall. Coming in to score is Juan Silverio for the Lemurs, and pulling up at second base with a double is Ryan Ortiz. He really clubbed that one to straightaway center field. Gabe Suarez, the center fielder, could not run that one down, and Silverio scores all the way from first base. So the Lemurs are on the board. It's 5-1, Joplin. So a base hit there for Ryan Ortiz. His last base hit coming on July 22nd. He's had some time off for the Laredo Lemurs. Hasn't been in the lineup since July 25th. So a new pitcher going to be coming in for the Joplin Blasters. They're going to be bringing in someone new. A good night for the starting pitcher, Alberto Castillo, but he is done for the evening, and that's probably a good thing for the Laredo Lemurs. He was really tough here on the Lemurs Club. It's 5-1 Joplin. We'll come back and tell you who the new pitcher is. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Right now, you could be working towards an exciting new career in business administration. At Catholic College Laredo, you'll have the chance to gain professional skills and hands-on training. Earning a business degree could open the door to new career opportunities in fields such as accounting, human resources, banking, and marketing. Start on the path to your new career at Kaplan College. Call 800-617-0800. Right now, you could be working towards an exciting new career in business administration. At Kaplan College Laredo, you'll have the chance to gain professional skills and hands-on training. Earning a business degree could open the door to new career opportunities in fields such as accounting, human resources, banking, and marketing. Start on the path to your new career at Kaplan College. Call 800-617-0800.
Kaplan College does not guarantee employment or career advancement. Information about programs at www.kaplancollege.com/consumer-info.
Today at Whataburger, we're cooking the Honey Mustard Whata Chicken Club. The chicken is hot and fresh. It's got melted Monterey Jack cheese topped with lettuce, tomato, bacon, and then the honey mustard adds a nice sweet flavor to it.
All the flavors come together just perfect. I mean, not only do I want to eat it, but I keep wanting to look at it.
The crunchiness of the bacon adds a really nice texture.
Honey mustard and chicken just go together. You know, sweet and savory, it's a perfect mix.
Try the new Honey Mustard Whata Chicken Club. Only at Whataburger for a limited time.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light, which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries, which led to there's got to be a better way to look up words, which led to the invention of spell check, which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour. Miller Lite, we invented light beer and happy hour. You're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Crowd at the bar making you sweat?
Uh-huh.
Could you use some ice-cold refreshment?
You bet.
Then Coors Light may be right for you. Could result in epic nights, maximum refreshment, great times, awesome memories, high fives, smiles, Rocky Mountain refreshment, Blue Mountain refreshment, quadruple epic refreshment, killer parties, and totally refreshed killer parties. Ask your bartender for Coors Light today.
Definitely.
When cold refreshment calls, Coors Light answers. Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. With great beer comes great responsibility.
All right, new pitcher in for the Joplin Blasters. His name is Matt Swilly. Swilly with a record of 1 win and 1 loss, a 4.74 ERA through 16 appearances. He has 4 starts under his belt this year. So Swilly going to be coming in, and it looks like we're going to have a new batter in, and it's going to be Chris Elder. So Jared Madero's no longer in.
24, Chris Elder.
Elder taking over at the plate. So Maderos will be done, and we'll see who goes in at the shortstop position for the Laredo Lemurs. I believe the Brian Peterson injury is probably going to lead to a few changes out there on the field. 5-1 Blasters. The pitch, that one's in the dirt, gets away slightly from Ramirez. He can't go too far. As Ryan Ortiz will put on the brakes out there at second base. So Ryan Ortiz gets the big hit that gets rid of the starting pitcher, Alberto Castillo. And that makes way for Matt Swilly. So runner at second base and 2 down in the inning for the Lemurs. Chris Elder coming in to pinch hit. We'll see where he goes into the outfield, if indeed he stays in the ball game. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch, swung on, and a broken bat, soft liner just over the head, and it's a fair ball down the right field line, just over the head of the first baseman. Coming in to score is Ryan Ortiz. The throw goes into second base. It gets away from the shortstop, Michael Gonzalez. Elder's up. He's heading over to third. So Elder all the way over to third base on the play. The Lemurs get another run. It's 5-2 Joplin. Elder with a base hit, and then there's got to be an error someplace there. So the broken bat that went towards the first baseman, the ball that went towards the first baseman. The first baseman, Taylor, went back. The ball tipped off of his mitt and landed in fair territory right down the right field line. So the Lemurs get a run there. And it's now 5-2, so some action for the Laredo Lemurs. Ryan Ortiz scored from second base on the play. And into the batter's box is the top of the order, Ty Morrison, who's been hitting well. So here's Morrison at the plate with a runner at third and a strike taken at the letters there. By the way, Chris Elder picking up his second hit in Laredo Lemurs uniform. No balls and 1 strike. The pitch, high for a ball. Waiting to see who they give that error on that was out there. I'm going to guess it was on the first baseman with the throw over to second. We'll have to wait and see what they give it officially. Don't want to give you any wrong information. 1 ball, 1 strike to Ty Morrison with a runner at third base and 2 down. Lemurs down by 3 right now. Here's the pitch, swung on and tipped in and out of the glove of Carlos Ramirez. So 1 ball and 2 strikes on the day. Morrison with 2 singles and a ground out. The ground out went over to the second baseman. So Morrison from the left side, the pitcher from the right side. Swilly throws home on the 1-2, and that is a little bit high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. They actually give the error to the right fielder for Elder to go over to third base. So an E9 if you're looking for that. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled back into the screen. The night ends for Alberto Castillo. His total numbers go like this. The starting pitcher for the Blasters had through 6 2/3 innings. He gave up 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He walked a batter and struck out 5. So that's his line on the night. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Morrison. Here's the pitch. Low and inside, and he gets away. Coming in to score is going to be Elder. The ball goes all the way back to the wall and ping-pongs around a little bit, and the Lemurs get another run. They're now down by 2. So a wild pitch there to bring home Elder from third base. So Elder's quick feet help him get all the way around the base pass to third, and then comes home on the wild pitch. And the Lemurs are only down by 2. Now, this was what happened last time. The Lemurs could not do anything with Alberto Castillo, the starting pitcher, and then once the bullpen came in, the Lemurs were able to pick it apart and get the win against Castillo. They went on to win 3-0 in that game. Well, they have a few more runs to score here in this one to get into a tied situation. They're down by 2. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Morrison. Swung on a liner up the middle, but right behind the bag at second is Michael Gonzalez. The shortstop fires over to first base, and that'll do it for the Lemurs. But in the inning, the Lemurs do pick up 3 runs. They had 3 hits. There was an error in the inning, and they don't leave anybody on base. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th inning. The Lemurs need to lock down the defense. It's 5-3 Joplin. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Texas Inflatable Rentals has Laredo's largest water slides. We're proud to say that we serve the greater Laredo area and supply slip sliding fun for kids of all ages. Texas Inflatable Rentals has a huge selection of inflatables for every budget. And to add to the party, we rent tables, chairs, snow cone machines, popcorn machines, and cotton candy machines that will help take your party to the next level. We also have moonwalks and bounce houses. Contact Texas Inflatable Rentals at 956-436-3909 or at texasinflatablerentals.com and book with the coupon code LEMURS for a 10% discount. That's Texas Inflatable Rentals, Laredo's largest water slide.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Do you want to sit in a car for 7 hours, risk a flat tire, traffic, or highway construction delays? Fly direct from Laredo International Airport to Dallas-Fort Worth on American Airlines. From Dallas, you can change planes and take a flight to Tokyo, London, or even Rio de Janeiro. With 4 daily arrivals and departures, American Airlines is sure to have a connection that works best for you. So avoid spending hours in the car.
All right, so some changes for the Laredo Lemurs. And we're trying to figure everything out here ourselves as Ortiz has gone in behind the plate, probably a straight-up switch for Brian Peterson. A new pitcher in, Luis de la Cruz, and a new shortstop for the Laredo Lemurs. Maderos is out, and Ty Forney takes over. So the rest of the defense for Laredo is the same. So Chris Elder just worked as a pinch hitter there for the Laredo Lemurs when he came in for Maderos. So put Ty Forney in the number 9 spot. Batting for Maderos and Elder. Then you put Brian Peterson in for Ortiz. Peterson, actually, don't put Brian Peterson in for Ortiz. That's wrong. Put Ortiz in at catcher, and you got to get rid of the designated hitter. So we start off here with De La Cruz on the mound and Omar Luna into the batter's box. Here's the pitch. That one misses low and away. So it's 5-3 Joplin. The Lemurs finally break through against the Blasters here in this ball game. 3 runs on 6 hits for the Lemurs, 5 runs on 8 hits for the Blasters. The pitch is swung on and fouled back. Luis de la Cruz with a 1-2 record and a 5.53 ERA. He has pitched in 13 games so far this year for Laredo. So a big tall guy out there, 6'6", 225 pounds is Luis de la Cruz. And the delivery on the 1-1 inside for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. So it's Omar Luna, Jake Taylor, and Carlos Ramirez here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 2 balls and 1 strike. The pitch swung and a ground ball over to the third baseman. Silverio waits for it. He bobbles it just a little bit. He'll throw strongly over to first base, and Luna's retired. 5-3, and Jake Taylor the next batter. So we're in the bottom of the 7th inning after the stretch session here in Joplin, Missouri, and the Lemurs make a bunch of changes. Well, we hope Brian Peterson's okay, and the Lemurs don't want to be without him for too long. But when he was running between second and third in the top of the 7th inning, it looked like he came up lame with what might either be a cramp or a hamstring injury. We'll have to check in with Brian and see how he's going to do. He will have a day off tomorrow. The first pitch to the new batter, Jake Taylor, is swung on and tapped into the ground, a foul ball. So no balls and 1 strike. Taylor on the day with a base hit back in the 2nd inning. He walked in the 3rd, and he grounded out to the shortstop back in the 5th. No balls and 1 strike. De La Cruz going to work out of the stretch with nobody on. And he'll throw home on the 0-1. A curveball called to strike on the inside corner. Nicely placed there by Luis de la Cruz. Got a nice tight spin on that ball as he got it over the plate. So Taylor back into the batter's box. He's got to protect. He's looking at an 0-2 count right now. And the kick and the throw home. Swung in a ground ball at the third baseline. Foul. Well, some news from the Elias Sports Bureau after yesterday's ball games of Major League Baseball. David Price, who made the American League All-Star team with the Tigers this year, was traded to the Blue Jays on Thursday, as you probably know. Last season, Price earned All-Star honors with the Rays, but was dealt to the Tigers on the deadline on July 31st. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled away. David Price is the first Major League pitcher ever to be traded in 2 different seasons after making an All-Star squad that year, and the first big league player, or batter or pitcher, to be named to an All-Star team and then get traded in each of 2 consecutive seasons. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Fastball away. 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Jake Taylor. So I found that pretty interesting. The first guy ever to be in that situation. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 out in the inning. Lemurs down by 2. The pitch. Swung on and tipped. Tipped in and out of the glove of the catcher, Ryan Ortiz. So we'll do another 1-2 pitch. So Jake Taylor on the day. A base hit back in the 2nd, a walk in the 3rd, grounded out to short in the 5th inning. He's got his knees bent in the right-handed batter's box, with the righty throwing home. Here's the pitch, and that one's way outside. Ortiz had to grab that one as it went by him. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Some more info from Elias. Brandon Phillips produced 4 hits, including 2 home runs that drove in 7 runs and stole 2 bases in the Reds' 15-5 rout over the Pirates last night. Here's a ground ball at the third baseline. Foul. Phillips is the first Major League player since runs batted in became an official statistic back in 1920 to register at least 4 hits, 2 homers, and 7 RBIs, and 2 stolen bases in 1 game. These minute little baseball stats just intrigue me so much. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And De La Cruz delivers. That is high for a ball. So a full count to Jake Taylor. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the delivery. Just missed outside. Wow, a tight pitch there. But it goes for the Joplin Blasters, and Jake Taylor earns a walk. His second walk of the night, and Carlos Ramirez coming up to the plate. Carlos Ramirez on the day looking for his first hit. He walked back in the second inning. A strikeout looking and a ground out for Ramirez as well on the night. Well, fun one from the Toronto Blue Jays. They've been in the news as of the last couple of days with all the trades they've made. I'll give you one of their interesting little stat numbers. Here's Ramirez getting into one, hits the ball into left field. Going into the gap is Devontae Richardson. He'll pull it in, and that'll be a fly out to left. So 2 down, and a runner at first base. Mitch Glasser, the batter. So Deanier Navarro, Russell Martin, Josh Donaldson, each homered for the Blue Jays in their 5-2 win over the Royals. Toronto has hit at least one home run in each of the last 12 games, matching the longest streak of consecutive games with home runs this season by an American League team. The Rangers' 12 games skin from May 15th through May 27th, the only home run streak of at least a dozen games by a National League team this year was the Rockies, who did it in 15 games from May 21st through June 3rd. Here's the pitch to Glasser. Glasser hits a double hopper up to the third baseman, Silverio. He'll grab it in fair territory. He'll fire over to first base. It'll be in time to get the out, and that'll do it for the Joplin Blasters. In the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, one left. We're going to go to the top of the 8th. The Lemurs are down 2. It's a 5-3 ball game. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Looking to travel this summer? If the year-round flights to Las Vegas aren't fit for you, take advantage of Allegiant's direct flights from Laredo International Airport to Orlando. For as low as $119 round trip, you and your family can be in Orlando in 2.5 hours. Fly in comfort from your Laredo International Airport. Visit Allegiant.com for details and specials. Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit hot dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito hamburger and Cabrito hot dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1919. That's Texas Outlaw Grill.
Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs, now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care one athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
Welcome to Whataburger. Today we're cooking the sweet and spicy bacon burger.
Wow, it's beautiful.
2 beef patties, American cheese, Monterey Jack cheese, bacon, grilled onions, the sweet and spicy pepper sauce.
Sweet in the front and then the spicy in the back. I like it. I like it a lot.
So it's like a perfect balance, and then that bacon right there, it adds crunchiness.
I'll get back in line and get another one, I'll tell you that much.
Sweet spicy bacon burger. Come down to Whataburger. It's only here for a limited time.
There's a reason why Popeyes creates some of the best tasting chicken in the world. We were born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of good fun and great cooking. Spicy flavor is a way of life in New Orleans, and everything we make reflects it. From our Popeyes bona fide chicken and handcrafted tenders, to our home-style mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy and our soft buttery biscuits, everything we make is made with care and served up fresh. Only at Popeyes.
All right, the Joplin Blasters bring in a new pitcher. His name is Victor Capion. Capion with a record of 4 wins and 2 losses and a 3.11 ERA. This is going to be the 3rd time he's going to pitch in this series, so he's faced the Lemurs over the last 2 days, and the Lemurs will see him again. The Lemurs have not been able to get to him so far. He's only given up a hit to the Lemurs so far in this series. So Devontae Richardson to lead it off for the Laredo Lemurs, so it's 2, 3, and 4 in the batting order. Lemurs are down 2. It's a 5-3 game in favor of Joplin. Joplin picked up a run in the 2nd, a run in the 3rd, 2 runs in the 4th, and a run in the 6th. And the Lemurs tonight have given up 2 home runs. And the Lemurs are the team in the lead that actually, in the league, that does not give up home runs. They actually are the best at that, holding other teams down, as they've only given up 21 on the season, which is the lowest in the league. The fastball there to Richardson is in there for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. So Richardson looking for his first hit of the night. And Capion takes his time up there on the hill. He throws home, and it's swung on and a ground ball over to the right side. The second baseman puts his mitt down on the ground. He'll field it cleanly, throw it to first base, and that'll retire Devontre Richardson. 4-3 on the putout. One down, and Dustin Geiger, the batter. Well, Geiger's having a rough day, I should say. He is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. So he's looking to turn around his night right here as he walks up to the plate. Geiger with a couple of strikeouts looking, and then a strikeout swinging to mix in. Bottom of the 8th inning, so the Lemurs will have the 8th and the 9th to try to work their way back here. In the last half inning, there was 2 outs when the Lemurs got going. They scored 3 runs after 2 outs were made. Here's the first pitch to Geiger. Swung on in a hot shot past the third baseman into left field for a base hit. There's Geiger. So that'll erase, in his mind, probably the 3 strikeouts. He gets a base hit, and maybe it'll help the Lemurs start a rally here. Here's another guy struggling right now in this series. Dennis Phipps, 0 for 11 in the series right now, and I don't remember the last time I said that. Dennis Phipps is not the kind of player that will have any kind of streak of that length. I mean, he might struggle for a day or two, but for it to go into 3 straight days is very odd for Dennis Phipps. So runner at first and 1 out. The Lemurs have the tying run at the plate. Capion peeks over his shoulder. He sets and delivers. That's a fastball way outside. Carlos Ramirez, the catcher, backhanding that one. So 1 ball and no strikes to Phipps. Phipps in and out of the batter's box quickly. He wears those black socks all the way up to his kneecaps. Has a little sway in the batter's box as he bounces back and forth, waits for the pitcher to come set. And as the pitcher gets closer to throwing, he'll come set at the plate. The 1-0 pitch is swung and fouled off. That one might hit a Phipps in the lead leg, his left leg. He'll grab the ball and throw it out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. So Ramirez is going to take some time and go talk things over with Victor Capion. So Ramirez, the former Lemurs catcher last season, coming back behind the plate now. 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, Phipps and Ramirez, former teammates last season. So Ramirez with some respect for Phipps there. Carlos Ramirez, a good teammate for the Laredo Lemurs last year. I've had the luxury of watching some very good catchers play for the Laredo Lemurs, and Carlos Ramirez and Brian Peterson, a couple of them right here in this ballpark. A fastball misses low and outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Geiger takes his lead from first base. Lemurs down by 2. And the pitch to Phipps. He swings and grounds it up the middle. The second baseman Glasser dives, grabs it, throws over to second base for 1. Gonzalez leaps into the air over the runner coming into second, throws to first, and it's not going to be in time there. But a nice play by Mitch Glasser, the second base, to somehow smother that baseball, going for a dive, and he was able to get up quickly and throw over to the shortstop. Gonzalez covering at second to get the second out of the inning. So the play goes 4-6 for the second out, and Phipps reaches on a fielder's choice. Here's Kevin Taylor getting ready to step into the batter's box.
Well, fans, our last play was our Loretta Bailey. Allstate Good Hands.
Lemurs down by 2.
You're always in good hands with Allstate Insurance.
And Dennis Phipps takes over at first base. So Kevin Taylor looking for a big hit right here. Taylor slightly waves the bat over the plate. He'll be ready to go. Phipps with a short lead over there at first base. No dreams of taking to take a bag here in this at bat. The Lemurs need hits as the pitch misses inside and low. 1 ball and no strikes to Kevin Taylor. Taylor on the day. He's 1 for 3. He got a single back in the 4th inning. Lined out in his last at bat. He hit the ball well, but right out the right fielder, Jesus Solorzano. 1 ball and no strikes. And the pitch. That is low. 2 balls and no strikes. Well, Taylor does indeed have a good eye. He makes sure that something's in the strike zone before he swings at it. A 2-0 count. Taylor down there in his gray uniform with the Laredo Lemurs. It says Laredo across the chest. A nice uniform for the Laredo Lemurs. And the 2-0 pitch. Swung on and fouled back into the screen. Got the heart going on that one. It's coming right back at us. Luckily, there's a screen there in front of us. 2 balls and 1 strike. Kevin Taylor with the magical number 7 on his back. Back into the batter's box. A 2-1 count with the pitcher Victor Capion out there. Capion throws home, and that is inside for a ball. Capion with a 4-2 record and a 3.11 ERA to start the day. He's working in his 8th professional season. He's 25 years old, out of the Dominican Republic. Pitched in 1 game last year with the Lemurs. And he appeared in the season opener against the Fargo-Moorhead Redhawks for the Joplin Blasters. Here comes the 3-1 pitch, a big pitch here. That one swung on and missed, 3-2. A fastball on the outside part of the plate, and Taylor couldn't catch up with it. So now a full count. So now Dennis Phipps will definitely be off and running with the pitch. First baseman Taylor's going to play up behind Phipps, so Phipps will get plenty of room to run out there. 3 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. The Lemurs are down by 2. And Capion, he's at the belt already. And he throws home. There goes Phipps. The pitch is swung on and fouled away, so we'll have to do it again. One more time. A full moon out tonight here in Joplin, Missouri. It's up and over the grandstands on the right side of the field. 3 balls and 2 strikes once again. An exciting pitch coming up. See if the Lemurs can do any damage with it. Lemurs scored all 3 of their runs in the 7th. They're here in the top of the 8th. And Capion throws home. Swung on, and another foul ball off to the left, up and over the fans here at the ballpark. So Kevin Taylor will see another pitch coming up. Kevin Taylor trying to work a base hit against Victor Capion. Three balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at first. Phipps will be going again. He takes off. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 4. Taylor earns the walk, and that will bring up Brian Peterson's spot. And who's going to be in there but Jeudy Valdez. So Jeudy Valdez is batting in the Peterson spot. And
now batting number 33, Jeudy Valdez.
So a pinch hitter, Jeudy Valdez. So the Lemurs are all out of bench players. This will do it for them. Ty Forney has been used. Maderos was starting today. So Jeudy Valdez has been hitting the ball well as of late for the Laredo Lemurs. And now the manager, Carlos Lescano, is going to come out, and he might be making a change here. We'll have to wait and see what he's going to do. But Jeudy Valdez has 3 hits in the series. I was kind of surprised to see that he wasn't in the starting lineup tonight in the first place, because he's been hitting the ball well as of late for the Laredo Lemurs. In fact, he's currently on a 5-game hitting streak, sitting .421 in that time. So Victor Capion's going to leave the ball game. We're going to have a new pitcher coming in. It's 5-3 Joplin here in the top of the 8th with 2 down. Runners at first and second for Laredo. We'll take a timeout, come back and tell you about the new pitcher. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Need a little spark in your life? Then come on out to Uni-Trade Stadium for Friday night fireworks. Tickets start as low as $5, and you'll get to see great baseball and great fireworks all in one night. To get tickets, call 956-7-LEMURS or go online at LaredoLemurs.com. I'll see you at the ballpark. Hey, Lemurs fans, every Thursday night at Uni-Trade Stadium is a Thirsty Thursday. Come on out and enjoy cold Miller Lite draft beers for only $1. That's right, beer for $1. You can get tickets online at LaredoLemurs.com or by phone at 956-7-LEMURS. I'll see you at the ballpark.
Uni-Trade continues to provide solutions in foreign trade through a highly satisfactory customs brokerage service. Uni-Trade has quality trained personnel devoted to the highest level of customer service. For all your transportation, distribution, and consolidation needs, it's Uni-Trade. Chavarria's Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarria's is a full-service company with up-to-date technology trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarria's is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com. And go Lemurs!
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today. For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn: Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
All right, the new pitcher is Wilson Abreu coming on here in the top of the 8th inning against Jeudy Valdez, who's coming in to hit in what is now the pitcher's position. So Luis de la Cruz would have been the batter coming up to hit here, as the Lemurs had to lose the DH because Peterson had to leave the game, and the DH, Ryan Ortiz, had to go in and do the catching tonight because Peterson pulled up lame between second and third in the last half inning with what looked to be a hamstring injury. So the Lemurs are down 2, runners at first and second base, 2 down, and Wilson Abreu up on the hill against Jeudy Valdez, who's been hot as of late. The pitch, a curveball, misses low. So the Lemurs playing a little National League baseball right now. Jeudy Valdez batting .421 over his last 5 games. He's 8 for 19 in that time, and he's got a home run and 5 RBIs in that span. So like I said, before we went to the break, I was kind of surprised not to see him in the lineup tonight. Phipps with a big lead, and he's taken off. So is the back runner, Kevin Taylor. Taylor will slide in there, and he's thrown out. Carlos Ramirez throws behind and does not go after the lead runner. He goes after the back runner, and Kevin Taylor is gunned down trying to take second base. Phipps stole third easily, and Taylor took off a little bit late, seeing that Dennis Phipps was going to take off. He decided to take off as well. Well, Carlos Ramirez has a very strong arm, and we just saw it right there as Taylor was gunned down pretty easily. So the Lemurs run themselves out of the inning, an important part here for the Laredo Lemurs. And we'll have to see how things work out on defense moving forward. The Lemurs are down 5-3. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Tokyo Garden of Laredo is located at 2515 East Del Mar Boulevard, and they serve the best sushi in town. Stop by Tokyo Garden for a quick lunch or a fancy dinner. Either way, you're going to enjoy our fine cuisine. Did you just get off work? Then come on by and check out our happy hour specials. Tokyo Garden, where you'll find the best sushi in Laredo.
Right now, when you sign up for a Gold's Gym membership, you'll get tons of extras completely free. Confidence, free. Compliments from your coworkers, free. And the desire to wear tiny bathing suits, you guessed it, free. You'll be stronger with extras, and you'll be stronger with Gold's Gym. Know your own strength. Tiny bathing suit not included.
Pro Mega Signs of Laredo is there for all of your printing and signage needs. We can be found at 1615 Jackman Road in Laredo, or you can reach us by phone at 956-723-2110. Again, that's 956-723-2110. If you need a sign, big or small, come to Pro Mega Signs of Laredo, where your print job is just around the corner.
Breakfast speaks for itself here at Whataburger. It's going to be hot, it's going to be fresh.
It's almost like when you were a kid and you wake up in the morning, you can smell mom cooking breakfast.
I like their hash browns.
My favorite's the honey butter chicken biscuit. I like the taquitos.
We have some fresh cracked eggs here.
I like these pancakes because they're fluffy.
I really like the fact that you can get into Whataburger real fast and bring it on the go.
We're cooking breakfast for you at Whataburger.
In over 40 years, nobody's helped more families achieve the American dream of home ownership than Armadillo. In fact, Armadillo Homes has built more homes than all other builders combined. And there are reasons for this: integrity, responsibility, service, and of course, quality. So if you're thinking about making the greatest investment in your life, think of the one builder who's dedicated its entire life to helping the Laredo family. Think Armadillo Homes, armadillohomes.com. Go Lemurs.
Willie Paredes takes over on the hill for the Laredo Lemurs, so Luis de la Cruz is done. The Lemurs are on their 4th pitcher of the night. So Paredes comes in to pitch. Lemurs are down 5-3. They run themselves out of an inning there as they had runners at first and second base. Phipps took off for third. Kevin Taylor took off for second. Carlos Ramirez, the catcher for the Blasters, threw behind to the runner at second base. And the tag was laid down on Kevin Taylor. He was gunned down pretty easily there. So the Lemurs run themselves out of a good opportunity, and we'll see how they rebound here on defense. Here's the pitch to Jesus Solorzano. He's spun off of the plate by Willie Paredes. Paredes making his second outing for the Laredo Lemurs. He is 0-1 on the season with a 2.07 ERA through 2 games. And the next pitch, a fastball low. So it's 5-3 Joplin. 5 runs on 8 hits and an error for the Blasters. 3 runs on 7 hits and 1 error tonight for the Laredo Lemurs. This is the 3rd game of the series, the final game of the series as well. Each team has won a game so far. The 2-0. That is a strike on the inside corner. All the games have been pretty good. The first game of the series was a 1-0 win for the Laredo Lemurs. A solo home run by Chris Elder was the difference. Last night, a 4-2 win for the Joplin Blasters. And the 2-1 pitch. Swung on, and that one's tapped foul at the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And then tonight's ball game, of course, we have a 5-3 game with Joplin in the lead. So Willie Paredes with his 3rd appearance for the Laredo Lemurs tonight. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Get you the scoreboard from around the American Association. Let you know what's going on in the rest of the league tonight. The 2-2 swung in a liner up the middle. That throws the hat off of Willie Paredes, and a base hit for Jesus Solorzano. Paredes had to duck his head out of the way, and his hat went flying off of his head. So Solorzano with his 3rd hit of the day. He's got a double, a home run, and now a single, and Gabe Suarez coming up to the plate. Lemurs down by 2. Bottom of the 8th inning. Lemurs will be looking for a double play ball here. Sioux City, they beat Lincoln tonight 7-6. Actually, that was a day game. They played earlier today. And the pitch, bunt shown, bunted out by Suarez. It goes right back to the pitcher. Paredes will look over at first base, throw the ball to Taylor, and complete the out there. So a sac bunt by Gabe Suarez, and that sends Jesus Solorzano up to second base. So a 1-4 putout on the sac bunt. That's the 2nd sacrifice by Gabe Suarez tonight. He had a sac fly earlier in the game that drove home a run. Michael Gonzalez now the batter. So we go up to the top of the order. Grand Prairie and Fargo, they're in the 9th inning. Grand Prairie's up 7-4. Winnipeg beats Amarillo 4-1. Winnipeg has now won 6 games in a row. They're making a charge here in the later part of the season, trying to get up to the 500 mark. So here's Michael Gonzalez. He's having a good night as well. Here's the first pitch, and that one is a strike on the inside corner. Gonzalez with a base hit in the 1st, a home run in the 3rd, a solo homer, and a single in the 4th inning. So altogether, he's 3 for 4 with a run scored. 9 hits for the Blasters, 7 hits for the Laredo Lemurs. And now Paredes is going to step off the back of the rubber. The Wichita Wingnuts win their game against New Jersey. They win 3-1. And the St. Paul Saints, they're clubbing Gary. 18-2 is the score there. The 0-1 pitch swung and fouled off at the plate. That actually hit Gonzalez on the leg someplace, and he'll go down to a knee. He's in a lot of pain. Not feeling too good right now is Michael Gonzalez. Yeah, so St. Paul 18, Gary 2. They're in the bottom of the 9th inning, so that one's almost wrapped up. Those are the kinds of games where Gary in that situation right now where they just can't wait for that game to get over. They're just absolutely done with playing that baseball game. And they do not want to be there anymore. In fact, they're going to be getting on the bus and heading on down here after they're done. They're going to be playing the Joplin Blasters next. So Michael Gonzalez still in a lot of pain. The trainer for the Joplin Blasters is out checking on him. You can see Gonzalez there up in fair territory trying to work the pain out. It's no balls and 2 strikes to Michael Gonzalez. So Gonzalez looks like he's going to be able to work the pain out, at least to keep going in this at-bat. Talented young shortstop is Michael Gonzalez. He's had some time in affiliated baseball, a lot of time in the independent ranks as well. He's another guy, remember I was talking earlier about guys that just probably belong in affiliated ball. with chances to get up to the big leagues. Michael Gonzalez, definitely one of those guys. He's very talented, plays a nice shortstop, runs very well, gets a lot of base hits. He's always up there in the hits category in the American Association. So no balls and 2 strikes. Runner at second base, Jesus Solorzano, 1 out. And Paredes fires home, and that is low, blocked by Peterson, and he'll keep it out in front of him far enough, and Jesus Solorzano is going to hang in there at second base. He took a couple of steps towards third base, did Solorzano, but decided to run against the arm of Brian Peterson. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Actually, that's not Peterson. I'm sorry, Ryan Ortiz behind the plate now. Either way, good arm back there. Peterson started the game. Ortiz came in due to Peterson's injury. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Paredes gets the sign from Ortiz. Here's the delivery. Swung on and a liner up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Coming around third base is Solorzano. Here comes the throw for Morrison. It's not going to be in time, and a run comes in to score for the Joplin Blasters. It's now 6-3 Joplin. And Michael Gonzalez picks up his 4th hit of the evening. He grabs another RBI. And Jesus Solorzano scoring from second base on the play. That'll bring up Yasier Gomez.
The designated hitter, number 5, Yasier Gomez.
So the Lemurs down by 3 runs again. And Michael Gonzalez takes his lead from first base. He's running. The pitch is called a strike, and there's going to be no throw from Ortiz. I don't think Ortiz had a good handle on the baseball, so he decided not to throw, and there was a very good jump there by Michael Gonzalez. So he probably been able to steal the bag anyway, even if the throw was on the money. He probably would have been able to get in there safely. That's 32 stolen bases on the season now for Michael Gonzalez. He's in second place in the American Association in that category. Here's the 0-1 delivery. The pitch home is a breaking ball that misses away. That looked like a changeup. 1 ball and 1 strike. Lemurs down by 3 runs. They'll have 1 more at bat coming up. They'll have to find some magic in that dugout here tonight. Gomez on the day has not picked up a hit. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of walks. And the 1-1 pitch. Now Paredes will step off the back of the rubber, and nobody around Michael Gonzalez, so he'll stay out where he's at. And a 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Low for a ball, skipped in the dirt, and Ortiz smothers it behind the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike. Now the Joplin Blasters playing a lot better against the Laredo Lemurs in this series than they have in the past. The Lemurs came into this ballgame tonight 9-3 against the Blasters. The Lemurs have pretty much walked all over Joplin here so far, but these last 2 games have been tough. The 2-1 pitch is low. So make it 3 balls and 1 strike. 10 hits tonight for Joplin, 7 for the Laredo Lemurs. And the delivery on the 3-1 pitch. Outside, ball 4. So Gomez walks. That's his 3rd walk that he's picked up tonight. And coming up to the plate is going to be Jairo Perez. So runners at first and second base. And the Joplin Blasters with 1 out in the inning. They're still in business here. They have the 6-3 lead, so they can move some guys on offense here. They can take some chances. As Paredes will deliver. Michael Gonzalez is running. The pitch is swung on and missed. The throw will go down to second base with the back runner going. Ty Forney can't handle the throw. He's not able to put the tag down, and so it's a double steal there as Michael Gonzalez takes third base and Yasier Gomez takes second. Well, there's those chances I was just talking about. If you have guys like that and you have a lead, you have guys that can run out there on the field, might as well try to take some bases, and that's what the Joplin Blasters do. So that takes away a double play opportunity, and now the Lemurs have to pull the infield in. And that gives Jairo Perez a chance to punch one through a little easier, because that takes away the chance for the Lemurs to have some range out there in the infield. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung in a foul ball. Bounced back off the batter's box and into the on-deck circle. No balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, the Lemurs need to keep it right here. They can't afford to give up any more runs. Three runs is going to be hard enough to come back with here in this ball game. The infield playing in with 1 out. And the delivery off of the dirt, coming home. Nope, Michael Gonzalez is going to put on the brakes. And now both runners retreat. So Ryan Ortiz got to the ball pretty quickly, and Michael Gonzalez was about halfway down and decided to put on the brakes and head on back to third base. Probably a good call by him. He didn't get a good jump at all. The runner at second base, Yasier Gomez, was almost to third base on the play. He had to hustle back to second. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jairo Perez. Omar Luna is on deck. Paredes, a right-hander. Looking in, gets the sign from Ortiz. The infield playing in for the Laredo Lemurs. Now Paredes wants a new set of signs, so he'll step off the back of the rubber. A 1-2 count. And Paredes deals home, and now it is low and inside. A 2-2 count. So Geiger, Taylor, Forney, and Silverio all around the lip of the grass. The outfield is playing a little bit shallow as well for the Laredo Lemurs, so everybody playing in pretty much. Here's the 2-2 delivery. And that one swung and a missed. Gets away from the catcher. Coming home is Michael Gonzalez. Here's the throw. Nope, no throw. And running over to first base. And being safe there is Jairo Perez. So Michael Gonzalez comes home on what would be a wild pitch. And Yasier Gomez moves up to third. And the runner, Jairo Perez, with the open bag at first base. And that's going to be a pass ball. Jairo Perez goes up to first base on the strikeout. Well, the Lemurs get the out, but the catcher, Ryan Ortiz, can't hold on to the baseball. And gets back to the fence, and that allows Michael Gonzalez to come in to score. And it's now 7-3 Joplin. So the Lemurs down 4 runs now. And into the batter's box is the number 4 hitter, Omar Luna, with runners at the corners. The delivery. Luna sees a fastball that misses low. 1 ball and no strikes. So Paredes struggling through the inning. He's given up 2 runs here. One ball and no strikes. And Paredes throws home and out and swung and a ground ball over to the third baseman. Silverio with the backhand. He'll throw over to first base. Geiger will stretch out and make the catch. Coming home to score from third on the play is Yasier Gomez. And it's now an 8-3 lead for the Joplin Blasters. So Omar Luna grounds out 5-3, but he gets an RBI. And that'll be the second out in the inning. And Jake Taylor now the batter. 8-3 Joplin. So no hit there, but a run's able to come in. Jairo Perez moves up to second base. And the number 8 wearing Jake Taylor into the box. He's got a hit and a couple of walks tonight. Here's the pitch. A fastball right down the middle. No balls and 1 strike to Jake Taylor. Carlos Ramirez is on deck. There's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Night's turning into a long one for the Laredo Lemurs. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. 0-2. So Jake Taylor confused a little bit by what is being thrown up there by Willie Paredes. Paredes works from the far first base side of the rubber. Holds his mitt against his thigh. Holds the baseball in his right hand. He'll bring his hands together. And he'll throw home on the 0-2 delivery. Here's the kick and throw. Breaking ball that misses inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That spun Jake Taylor off of the plate. No wind blowing here tonight right now. Just a silent night. No breeze in town. All the breezes have left Joplin. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jake Taylor. Now Taylor stepping out of the batter's box, and now Ortiz is going to talk things over with Paredes. Ortiz and Paredes probably want to talk about things, but they runner at second base, so they don't mix up the signs up there. So Taylor in his last at bat, he walked. The only time he got out tonight was a ground out to the shortstop in the 5th inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. There's strike 3, and that finally ends the inning. But 3 runs come in to score for the Joplin Blasters. They get 3 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 left. We're going to go to the top of the 9th. The Lemurs need some runs. They're down 8-3. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Since Extending Technologies opened for business in 1998, they have worked to establish solid relationships with their clients. They are set to maintain the highest standards of service and integrity and to perform work of only the highest quality, achieving client satisfaction on every project. They have attained these goals through a tradition of care and professional pride. They serve a wide range of corporations and small business franchises. Extending Technologies has the tools and expertise for any technical need that your business may have. Call us here in Laredo at 725-2654. That's 725-2654 for Ascending Technologies.
Todos sabemos que podemos lograr más cuando estamos listos. Por eso, decidí matricularme en Texas A&M International University. Quiero un título universitario y las oportunidades que me brindará. TAMIU me ha recibido a mí y a 7,000 estudiantes de todo el mundo. TAMIU me impulsa a ser grande, enciende mi mente y hace mi corazón latir. Imagina las posibilidades cuando eres impulsado por TAMIU.
Inscríbete ahora para verano y otoño. Visita tamiu.edu y sé impulsado.
Capital Care EMS, located at 1510 Calle Norte, Suite number 11, invites you to experience a new standard in medical transportation, servicing Laredo and all surrounding areas. Capital Care EMS provides transports to wound care treatments, HBO treatments, dialysis treatments, doctor's appointments, radiation treatments, chemotherapy treatments, and many more. From emergency medical transport to x-rays and lab work, our state-certified EMTs and paramedics are readily available 24 hours a day when you need them most. Capital Care EMS accepts most major medical insurances, including Medicare, Medicaid, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Aetna, and many more. Capital Care EMS is locally owned and operated. Call now for your free consultation. 956-712-8911. That's 956-712-8911. Capital Care EMS, creating a new standard in medical transportation. Capital Care EMS, the official ambulance of your Laredo Lemurs.
All right, Matt Lucen into pinch hit for the Laredo Lemurs here. So the Laredo Lemurs used Jeudy Valdez in the 8th inning in this situation, but remember the runners were caught stealing, and his pinch hit actually counted once he steps into the batter's box. So the Lemurs have to use a new hitter here, so they have to go with yesterday's pitcher, Matt Lucen. Now, Matt Lucen actually has some plate appearances in professional baseball. When he was in the Cubs organization, he made 32 plate appearances, and he has an .071 batting average. So he has 2 hits in his career. And Winston Abreu up on the mound. Here's the pitch, a curveball in there for a strike. But this is the first time this year that the Laredo Lemurs have had a pitcher come up to the plate. They'll do it from time to time, but this is the first time this season, and this is the 65th game of the year. Here's the 0-1. That one is a check swing by Lucen, and that one's called strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes, so you can bet that Winston Abreu is just going to go right after Matt Lucen. Last time Lucen picked up a hit was in 2014 when he played for the Tennessee Smokies, so it was last year. Here's the 0-2. He swings and misses there. That's strike 3, and that's the first out of the inning. So Juan Silverio will be the next batter. At least Lucen took a hack at the ball. He knew Winston Abreu was going to come right after him, and at least he swung. So Juan Silverio, the batter now for Laredo.
Strikeout batter, third baseman, number 32, Juan Silverio.
So Silverio the batter. Lemurs down 8-3, top of the 9th inning. So this is the last chance for the Lemurs to try to get something going. Silverio will see a pitch miss low. 1 ball and no strikes. 8 runs on 10 hits for Joplin. 3 runs on 7 hits for the Laredo Lemurs. Silverio 0 for 3 on the day, but he has scored a run for the Lemurs. Lemurs got all 3 of their runs in the 7th. Here's the pitch. It's low. 2 balls and no strikes. Lemurs with an off day tomorrow, and they'll be home on Sunday to take on Sioux Falls. Remember, a 6 o'clock start on Sunday at Uni-Trade Stadium. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball misses away. 3 balls and no strikes. So the Lemurs looking to get a base runner. They're down 5, so they have ways to go to get back into this one. Have to get some guys on the base paths, and that's the most important thing right now. Ryan Ortiz is on deck. And the 3-0. Called a strike on the inside corner. A breaking ball there by Winston Abreu. Winston Abreu playing his 20th season of professional baseball this year. Here's the 3-1. Swung on a ground ball at the third baseline, foul. Abreu's 38 years old, and he's a native of the Dominican Republic. He pitched for the Bridgeport Bluefish back in 2014. He also pitched there in 2013. He's a former Major League pitcher who spent parts of 3 seasons between the Orioles, the Nationals, and the Tampa Bay Rays. He also spent some time with the Cleveland Indians. 3 balls and 2 strikes, so a couple of former Major Leaguers in this ball game here tonight. Here's the 3-2. Swung on and a chopper up to the third baseman. Perez has it. He'll backhand it. He'll throw over to first base. A close play at first, but it's in time to get the out. 2 down in the inning. The Lemurs are down to their final out of the ball game. 8-3 Blasters. Winston Abreu played over in Japan in 2008. He played in the Pacific League for the Marines, the Chabalota Marines. He made his Major League debut at the age of 29 with the Orioles back in 2006. And the first pitch to Ortiz is in there for a strike on the inside corner, a fastball. So the Lemurs down 5. Need a base runner here to get it going. And Abreu with the high leg kick and the throw home, and a breaking ball swung and a ground ball over to the left side. Diving Gonzalez. He'll smother it. He'll get up, throw over to first base, but it's not going to be in time. So a 2-out base hit for Ryan Ortiz, his 2nd hit of the game. He doubled back in the 7th inning and he came around to score. He also picked up an RBI there. So now Ty Forney is going to get his opportunity to come up to the plate. Well, we haven't seen Ty Forney hit for the Laredo Lemurs in a long time. In fact, Forney hadn't been on the active roster for the Laredo Lemurs for a while. So we have to hunt down his stats. They're buried in here somewhere. Last time he came up to the plate was on July 3rd. So it's been almost a month. Here's the pitch to Forney, and he takes one up and in, and he gets hit by a pitch. In his first at-bat since July 3rd, the guy gets hit by a pitch. Well, that's a welcome for you. He goes down to first. He was not activated by the Laredo Lemurs for a couple of weeks, and then they released him and then re-signed him. So he's with the team again. He's a nice little shortstop and second baseman for the Laredo Lemurs. Ty Forney is good guy to have on the bench for sure. So here's Ty Morrison. Runners at first and second base, and 2 down in the top of the 9th. So the Lemurs trying to get something going here. They have 2 runners on. They can't afford to lose a guy like Ty Forney. They don't have any guys to go in and play in the field anymore. Everybody's been used. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball finds the strike zone. No balls and 1 strike. Ty Morrison on the day, he's got 2 hits. He's 2 for 4. In his last at bat, he grounded out 6-3, but that brought home a run. No balls and 1 strike. Winston Abreu. He deals home, and the breaking ball hits the outside part of the plate, 0-2. So the Lemurs down to their final strike and down to their final out. Now Ty Morrison will be protecting here. No balls and 2 strikes. And the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and a fly ball lofted into left. Luna's there. He'll camp underneath it. He'll make the catch, and the Blasters have won this one. An 8-3 final for the Joplin Blasters. They win the series 2 out of 3 games. And the Laredo Lemurs win the season-long series between the two clubs. The Lemurs overall go 9-4 against the Joplin Blasters through the series that they played in so far this season. Well, that's actually the last game they'll play against them here this year. So the Lemurs lose 8-3. We'll come back to the post-game show. You're listening to Laredo Lemurs Baseball.
Thanks for joining us for Laredo Lemurs Baseball, brought to you by Popeye's Chicken, AEP Texas, Armadillo Homes, Ascending Technologies, Ashley's Furniture of Laredo, Capital Care EMS, Chavarias Plumbing, Core Business Solutions, Driscoll Health Plan, Falcon International Bank, Family Chevrolet, Gold's Gym, Guerra Communications, HEB, iGadget Repair Center, Kaplan College, Laredo International Airport, Laredo Pony League, Laredo Sports Medicine, Mike's Paint Place, Pepsi, Pro Mega Signs, Southern Distributing, Southern Sanitation, Talk and Talk Wireless, TAMU Housing and Residence, Texas Farm Bureau, Texas Inflatables, Texas Outlaw Grill, Tokyo Garden, Total Termite Pest and Control, Uni-Trade Forwarding, Whataburger of Alice. The Laredo Lemurs post-game show is coming your way next.
Sweating through another barn burner at your team's bar?
Sure am.
Wish you had some ice-cold refreshment?
You bet.
Then Coors Light may be right for you. Could result in meeting new people, epic fist bumps, epic forearm bumps, epic or chest bumps, touchdown dancing, break dancing, line dancing, dancing like nobody's watching, awesome refreshment for the win, and one-of-a-kind Rocky Mountain cold refreshment. Ask your bartender for Coors Light today.
Definitely.
When cold refreshment calls, Coors Light answers. Frost-brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. With great beer comes great responsibility.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Need a little spark in your life? Then come on out to Uni-Trade Stadium for Friday night fireworks. Tickets start as low as $5, and you'll get to see great baseball and great fireworks all in one night. To get tickets, call 956-7-LEMURS or go online at laredolemurs.com. I'll see you at the ballpark. Hey, Lemurs fans, every Thursday night at Uni-Trade Stadium is a Thirsty Thursday. Come on out and enjoy cold Miller Lite draft beers for only $1. That's right, beer for $1. You can get tickets online at laredolemurs.com or by phone at 956-7-LEMURS. I'll see you at the ballpark.
Uni-Trade continues to provide solutions in foreign trade through a highly satisfactory customs brokerage service. Uni-Trade has quality trained personnel devoted to the highest level of customer service. For all your transportation, distribution, and consolidation needs, it's Uni-Trade.
Now it's time for the Laredo Lemurs post-game show. Laredo Lemurs Baseball is brought to you by Popeye's Chicken, AEP Texas, Armadillo Homes, Ascending Technologies, Ashley's Furniture of Laredo, Capital Care EMS, Chavarias Plumbing, Core Business Solutions, Driscoll Health Plan, Falcon International Bank, Family Chevrolet, Gold's Gym, Guerra Communications, HEB, iGadget Repair Center, Kaplan College, Laredo International Airport, Laredo Pony League, Laredo Sports Medicine, Mike's Paint Place, Pepsi, Pro Mega Signs, Southern Distributing, Southern Sanitation, Talk and Talk Wireless, TAMU Housing and Residence, Texas Farm Bureau, Texas Inflatables, Texas Outlaw Grill, Tokyo Garden, Total Termite Pest and Control, Uni-Trade Forwarding, Whataburger of Alice. Now here's Bill Harrington with Laredo Lemurs post-game show.
All right, Lemurs fans, thanks for sticking around for the post-game show. Bill Harrington here at Joe Baker Stadium. They got the fireworks going off tonight, so if you hear something in the background, that's what it is. A lot of popping and a booming and a banging going on back there. So the Lemurs lose tonight by a final score of 8-3 to the Joplin Blasters. The Blasters take the series 2 out of 3 games here. and the Laredo Lemurs will head on home. So here's your line score on the ball game. 8 runs on 10 hits for the Joplin Blasters. They made 1 error. The Lemurs had 3 runs on 8 hits. They made 1 error as well. Laredo left 7 runners on. Joplin left 9 out there on the base paths tonight. And the losing pitcher for the Lemurs was Luis Poyorena. He moves to 5-2 on the year. He had his shortest outing as a starter here tonight. He went 3 1/3, gave up 6 hits, 4 runs. They were all earned. He walked 4 and struck out 3, and he gave up his first home run on the season. Alberto Castillo, the 40-year-old starter, the former major leaguer, picks up the win. He moves to 1-0 on the year. He went 6 2/3, gave up 5 hits, 2 runs. They were both earned. He walked a batter and struck out 5 tonight. And the relief pitcher, Wilson Abreu, he gets his 11th save on the season. The game was played in 3 hours and 12 minutes in front of a crowd of 1,807 people here tonight. So, quickly go over how the scores all came in. The Joplin Blasters got on the board first. It was a double by Omar Luna, and he was later driven in after the bases were loaded. Mitch Glasser hit into a double play. That brought in Luna. It was a 1-0 lead. Blasters would get another run in the 3rd inning, a solo home run by Michael Gonzalez to make it 2-0. That was Gonzalez's 6th home run of the year, and like I said, that was the Poyorena first home run given up this season. 2 more runs for the Blasters there in the 4th inning to make it 4-0. And then a solo home run by Jesus Solorzano in the 6th inning, and that was the 2nd home run of the year against Ryan Beckman this year, so he's been really solid in that category. And like I said earlier, the Lemurs have the lowest they've given up the lowest amount of home runs in the American Association this year, only 21 given up through game number 65 of the season. So they're doing really good in that category. Just a couple of them got away from them here tonight. They're both solo home runs, so if you're going to give up a home run, it should be a solo, and that's what happened here tonight for the Laredo Lemurs. So the Lemurs finally got on the board in the top of the 7th inning with the Joplin Blasters at the time leading 5-0. The Lemurs would score 3 runs after 2 outs were made. Juan Silverio reached on a fielder's choice. Ryan Ortiz doubled and brought in Silverio all the way from first base, so the Lemurs had a run there. And then coming up to the plate was Chris Eldred for the Lemurs. He would single, and some crazy events on the base paths would let Ryan Ortiz come in to score. So Elder would hit a line drive over the head of the first baseman. The ball would land, and then Ortiz was on his horse the whole time with 2 outs. He would end up going all the way over to third base with the ball landing and it going down to the right fielder. Ortiz saw that he can come home, so he did so. The throw went into second base. It got away from the shortstop, and Elder ended up at third after the play was all said and done. So the Lemurs had a runner at third. Elder would later come in on a wild pitch, and that's how the Lemurs got their 3 runs there in the 7th inning. So we would go to the 8th. Willie Paredes would be on the mound for the Lemurs. He ended up giving up 3 runs there. The ball game was pretty much over anyway because the Lemurs could not put a run up on the board in the 9th inning, even though they threatened. So the Lemurs lose by a final score of 8-3 tonight. Just a bump on the road for the Laredo Lemurs. They will now go home and face off against the Sioux Falls Canaries starting on Sunday at 6 p.m. So let's get you the scoreboard from around the American Association. We'll take a quick look at the standings as well and then go ahead and call it a night. Sioux City beats Lincoln today 7-6. That's a final. All of these will be finals for you. Grand Prairie over Fargo 7-4. Winnipeg beats Amarillo 4-1, and the Wichita Wingnuts, they win their game over New Jersey 3-1. St. Paul big over Gary 18-2 is the final, and Sioux Falls beats Kansas City 6-3. And you have your final here 8-3 Blasters over Lemurs. So a quick look at the standings in the South Division. And then we'll go ahead and call it a night. In the South, the Joplin Blasters are in second place, 2.5 games out behind the Wichita Wingnuts. Wingnuts are at 39-26. The Blasters second place at 35-27, and the Lemurs drop back 4 games behind Wichita. They're now 35-30 on the year. So that's a quick look at the South Division. Sioux City still leading Kansas City by 10 games in the Central. In the North, St. Paul has an 18.5 game lead over Winnipeg. So that division pretty much wrapped up for the St. Paul Saints as we enter the month of August tomorrow. Amazing. So that's going to do it for the broadcast tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget, we'll be back on Sunday night, 5:45 for the pregame, 6 o'clock for the first pitch, back home at Uni-Trade Stadium with the Sioux Falls Canaries taking on your Laredo Lemurs. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. We will see you Sunday night.
Thanks for joining us for Laredo Lemurs Baseball, brought to you by Popeye's Chicken, AEP Texas, Armadillo Homes, Ascending Technologies, Ashley's Furniture of Laredo, Capital Care EMS, Chavarias Plumbing, Core Business Solutions, Driscoll Health Plan, Falcon International Bank, Family Chevrolet, Gold's Gym, Guerra Communications, HEB, iGadget Repair Center, Kaplan College, Laredo International Airport, Laredo Pony League, Laredo Sports Medicine, Mike's Paint Place, Pepsi, Pro Mega Signs, Southern Distributing, Southern Sanitation, Talk and Talk Wireless, TAMU Housing and Residence, Texas Farm Bureau, Texas Inflatables, Texas Outlaw Grill, Tokyo Garden, Total Termite Pest and Control, Uni-Trade Forwarding, Whataburger of Alice. Join us next time for all your Laredo Lemurs action.